Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mentally Gone Reacts. My name is Callie Lacerda.
And I'm Gabriella Lopes.
Before we begin this day's episode, we want to give a special thank you and shout out to all the patrons, all the people who have been supporting us over on Patreon. On Patreon, you guys can find the full-length, uncut version of every reaction video that you guys see on the channel. With a few days before it goes up live on YouTube, we post it on Patreon. And we are also working on a few exclusives, you know, like TV shows and movies and films that will first go on Patreon and maybe only exclusively on Patreon. So a lot of goodies there. It's also a growing community of like-minded individuals. And if you want to join that little club, then we would be much grateful.
Very grateful
for, yeah.
And you can vote on our polls for the next reaction video. So our polls usually dictate the reaction video that we watch next. Sometimes we do still like
surprise.
We do still like do post whatever reaction video we already had done first, but after that we go with the highest voted poll.
Yeah.
Vote.
Yeah, and there are a lot of films that are lesser known and more, I guess, like underground. And we also intend on watching those films on Patreon, you know, because maybe there's like a small percentage of people, more specifically the patrons, who want to see us react to those films. So we'll be doing that every month as well. And we're organizing everything, making it all make sense. We're new to all of this, by the way. And also a special thank you to every single one of you guys who has contributed to 20K subscribers on YouTube, which is weird saying, honestly. It's like almost a quarter of 100,000 on YouTube. Like, it's a quarter. That's like, that's a lot of people. Like, imagine 20,000 people in one room. Like, you can't, you know? Just a lot of people. And I also want to thank everybody also. For the support on the last video. I decided that I am no longer going to be wearing hats anymore as a form of, I guess, like as a stepping stone towards my healing of myself, of my own, you know, of my own view of myself and my self-image and all those things. And it was crazy. Like, I was reading through the comments and I wasn't really expecting like negative feedback. I wasn't expecting really anything. And almost every single comment, like I genuinely didn't see a bad comment about it. All just like people just basically sending love, support, people relating to it, people finding common ground with one of my biggest insecurities, which has been my acne prone forehead and my genetic kind of like hairline issue thing. And then all of these people were just basically just coming and saying like, hey man, like you got this, essentially.
Yeah.
And that made me so emotional, man. Like just going through the comments, and I've been reading. I try to read every single comment. So if you see a like and a heart on your comment, that means that I've read it, because I've been liking and hearting the ones I've been reading, because I've been trying to catch every single one. But yeah, so special thank you to everyone for everything, really, because this has been life-changing for us. Like, we get to sit down and create these fun videos, which I adore, you know, like watching, experiencing these films, these pieces of art, and then giving our thoughts on it, and then having all these people kind of like really resonating with things that we say, you know, and just starting conversations in the comment. It's insane.
And
it's
I
insane.
also won't be wearing a hat from now on, ever.
Yeah, so she's following in my footsteps now.
I'm joking, but I guess my thing is probably like putting on makeup for these things. I don't know if I'll ever do like no makeup, maybe down the line, but it's like one of those things, like I just prefer how I look with it, like on camera, especially with lights and stuff. Like, I'm a very pale person, guys, so this helps a little with these like studio lights right in my face, you know, or else I would look like Casper the ghost or something, you know.
The important thing is just to love yourself while you do it. Yeah. So if makeup boosts your confidence and you feel good about yourself, then keep doing it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because this, to me, is the opposite of wearing a hat. Because wearing a hat, I was kind of like always kind of like trying to
like
hide. Yeah, just like hiding myself from the world or certain aspects of myself. But then now that I don't have a hat, I'm just like fully learning how to just embrace, like if you catch me occasionally doing this, it's a little bit of my insecurity. It's my like back of my brain being like, oh, make sure your hair's okay. But over time, I'll learn how to just deal with it, like nobody's perfect and that's okay. Yes.
But getting into what this video is.
Ending the video right there. Thank you so much for tuning in to the confessional of Mentally Gone, the weird random confessionals at the beginning of the episodes. Today we will be jumping into a film franchise, right? And it's 8 films total.
8 films?
Because I counted, 8 films total. This is in the same lane as our adventure through Lord of the Rings, kind of. Right? It's the same story, at least for me, like growing up. Same kind of idea, how, like kids who were into Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter, kids who would walk around with those big-ass Harry Potter books. Like, I remember I had this teacher where she started this program that was trying to, like, incentivize kids to, like, read more. And so you would read a book, and then you would take a test on that book on the computer. So to prove that you read the book, you would get points that would add to your curriculum, to your end of the year grades, which I found brilliant, honestly. And then the thicker and the harder to read books were worth more points. And there were kids who were reading the Harry Potter books, and they were always like thick as a Bible, kind of like huge. And I was always so intimidated by that. I was always like scratching my head. I swear, I was always scratching my head, thinking, not judging. And I swear, like I never really judged because of what I'm gonna say next. But I was always like just mind blown. I was like, how can a 10-year-old kid, an 8-year-old kid be reading all like that thick of a book?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I would always choose those like thin books, and then I would try to like sleaze my way through it.
Oh my god.
Through the whole thing.
I always just read like young adult like kind of romance
Yeah,
books.
Yeah.
So I think I've never gotten into like Lord of the Rings and Lord of the Rings is based on novels too, right? I'm not sure.
I don't even know. Honestly.
But I never got into like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter and all those things because it's fantasy.
Yeah,
you know, and I've never been like a huge fan of fantasy, at least as a kid, but after watching Lord of the Rings, I've genuinely like enjoyed the experience. And also it's been one of those things, like you said, like I didn't know it was 8 films total, but I knew that it was a big series, like franchise of films kind of, and I just never had like the commitment for those kinds of things. Like the Fast and Furious movies, I know there's like 10 now apparently. I could never make that commitment. Like so for me, it's like I have that commitment with like maybe a show that I love, for example, and then I rewatch the same one. But to commit to like a brand new thing, it's always like a little bit intimidating. And then and then the fantasy thing. But I'm very open-minded. I'm excited.
And I think it's worth saying that it's also even more intimidating, kind of like, especially at the beginning of our YouTube adventure, but experiencing these things under the microscope of so many people, like so many people are analyzing everything we do. And I think that there's beauty in that because there's like nuance, right? Because we're people that you guys have never seen and we've never seen you guys. And so we think a certain way and we filter it through our framework of life experiences, and you guys take away what you take away, what resonates and what doesn't, you know? But I think that, with this, I was going to say that speaking of commitment issues, we don't have commitment issues. We've just been a little lackluster this past month because of personal experience, and we've kind of like alluded to that before. But the month of November, we intend on really picking up the pace, and not in a way where it takes away from the quality of the reactions, because I also don't want to fatigue myself with like movies all the time, because I want to give myself a little bit of time to live life, read some books, like I love reading. I've been getting into a lot of philosophy books, a lot of spirituality books, a lot of just fiction, nonfiction. And so all of this kind of really culminates into who I am. And so with each movie, each reaction video, I want to be a person who's always evolving. And you guys can tell that evolution by my changes in perspective, by the way that I see things, by the way that I analyze things, what I say, what I don't believe anymore. And so 5 years from now, when you get the first video and you get the last one, the goal is to be a completely evolved being in the best way possible through it. All of that to say that we will be continuing Marvel very soon. Lord of the Rings, we will be completing the 3rd movie very soon. And John Wick, the whole franchise. Speaking of franchises, we did not forget about John Wick, and we did not forget about The Godfather Part 3. So we're gonna actively work on those, and it's gonna be in this month of November, plus a bunch of other stuff, other surprises and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to tie up the loose ends.
Tie up all the loose ends, man. And again, I would normally apologize for the long intros, but what's kind of bringing me some reassurance is the fact that in our YouTube video, you can see that everything's separated. So we have the intro segment, and we have the reaction segment, and then we have the review segment. So you guys can just jump and skip ahead. And but for those who want to hang out with us more, this is the intro. It's a place to do that. And do you have anything else to say?
I guess that I'm just like Freddy to like kind of start.
Ready, Freddy.
I'm like so excited.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is the part that I forgot, because I'm mentally gone. I need you guys to remember that. My other experience with Harry Potter, my cousin Shiley, shout out to my cousin Shiley from Brazil. She was the biggest Harry Potter fan that I think exists, honestly. She read all the books. She knew about everything in the books. Like at one point she was breathing and living Harry Potter. Her and my uncle, I think they camped out during the premiere of like one of the movies or whatever, because my uncle's like a comic book nerd and stuff, and he's just into that stuff. And I say that in like a caring way. Yeah, like he's known as the comic book nerd, quote unquote, and like in our family because he loves it. And so shout out to her, and I dedicate this series to her and to every other Harry Potter fan out there on my behalf.
Yeah,
All
sounds good.
So with that being said, let's just jump into this.
I don't think I know anyone that's like a Harry Potter fan. I guess that's telling, right? Like that's why I didn't get into it. I didn't really have anybody telling me about it. And also, this movie came out in 2001. Guys, I was 1 year old. So
that's crazy.
That's the thing, right? You after all of the movies are out, it's like if you didn't watch them when they were coming out, then you're most likely not gonna watch them unless you like hear about it like through the grapevine or whatever. Which I did not know anything about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like all I know is that it's like about wizards.
Yeah, it's about witches and monsters.
That's all I know.
Yeah. So I wrote down Harry Potter 1. The name of the movie is Harry Potter and what?
And the Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, hold on, guys. Let me just add that in, because I
Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorcerer.
Yeah, I always write the title on my little notepad before we start.
Because I just put Harry Potter 1.
Why?
Because there's so many films, and I was like, all right, I have to keep track of my notes. Because then when we get to the last one, we're going to do just like Lord of the Rings. We're going to create a whole kind of like outline, detailed outline, so we get everything right and we don't screw anything up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are we ready, mate?
Yes.
That's my British accent. Because I know Harry Potter is British, innit?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. I love how every movie has like a unique intro thing. Right, with the Warner Bros. Like every Warner Bros. Movie we've seen so far has like a different thing to it. I'm very curious to see like what the special effects look like for a 2001 movie.
And Lord of the Rings came out in the same year.
Yeah, so it's a great comparison, I guess. I don't know if you could compare both of them.
A cat.
This guy looks like a witch.
This is Gandalf's brother or cousin.
This is Gandalf the Off-White.
What is that, a lighter? What?
He's like removing the light. Oh, he's collecting it. Interesting.
I should have known that you would be here, Professor McGonagall.
All right, so we got cats teaching. Oh?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, it's a skinwalker. Run.
Good evening, Professor Dumbledore.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what's her name? I have to keep track of the names.
McGonagall.
I would trust Hagrid with my life.
Hagrid.
Okay. Hagrid, trust with life.
Try not to wake him. There you go.
Damn, this guy's huge. Look at his size. You see
What
how
is
big
that?
he is?
Do you really think it's safe?
It's like a baby.
I've watched them all day. They're the worst sort of muggles imaginable.
Muggles.
They really are.
The only family he has.
Yeah, it's a boy because he said boy.
He was carrying a baby on a motorcycle?
On a flying motorcycle.
Until he is ready.
So everyone in their world will know his name.
Yeah, this boy's famous. Oh, we're already starting the waterworks here.
It's not really goodbye after all.
Mr. and Mrs. V.
No, that's
Good luck.
Dursley.
Harry Potter.
Oh, look, he has like a scar, I mean.
Oh, that was a nice transition.
It's in the shape of a lightning bolt.
Yeah, and then it turned into like a thunderstorm.
Oh, shoot, already? Okay, so that's how we can tell him apart. He has like a symbol.
Now!
Damn, that's
What
his
the
room?
heck? Yeah, it was like as soon as I saw her knocking on the bottom of the stairs.
He's like in a storage thing?
Wake up, cousin!
Ugh, what a freaking bad kid.
Cousin, okay. So he has... So that's Harry Potter, right? Because he's on the cover for sure. So that's Harry with the lightning bulb.
Why don't you just cook the breakfast and try not to burn anything?
Oh my god, did you hear her talking to him?
Yeah.
She
Spoiled.
tries not to burn anything.
Oh, it's a Harry.
Yeah.
Aren't they wonderful, darling?
I used to know kids like this.
How many
Spoiled.
are there?
36. Counted them myself.
36, but last year I had 37!
Oh, God. If you raise a kid like this, you failed as a parent. That's my opinion.
And you won't have any meals for a week.
What the heck?
Get in.
Isn't that a crime against humanity? Reptile house.
Yeah, these people need to get locked up.
He's boring. He doesn't understand what it's like, watching people press their ugly faces in on you.
Aww.
Oh, shit. It winked.
Can you hear me?
Oh, he could talk to animals.
Do you miss your family?
Bread and cat. Damn.
That's me as well.
Oh, that's so sad.
Come here! Do you believe what this snake is doing?
What the heck?
I already don't like this kid. Oh. Oh. Oh.
He just did that with his mind?
Damn.
Thanks.
Oh, it actually talks.
Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks. Oh, shoot. The glass is back.
Oh, shoot. He locked him in there.
I already really like this already. Look at him cheesing. I would be so happy.
Oh, no. He said he's not going to give him meals
Yeah.
if he does anything bad.
Wait, so they know that he's magical?
There's no such thing as magic.
Oh, they can lock it from the outside?
Yeah, because that's like those cellar type of things, you know?
But that's Dudley's old uniform. It'll fit me like bits of old elephant skin.
It'll fit you well enough. Go and get the post. Go!
Why are they treating him like this, though? I don't get it. Damn, I
don't
feel
know.
bad for him.
I know. He doesn't even have parents.
Right?
Just his aunt and cousin don't like him.
Look, it says the cupboard under the stairs. It's like his residency.
You said the cupboard.
The cupboard, the cupboard, the cupboard.
The cupboard. That was the first
That
time
was
I
a
ever heard
test.
that.
That was a test for her to correct me to
The
see if she's actually paying
The
attention.
cupboard under the stairs.
Dad, look! Harry's got a letter! Hey, give it back! It's mine!
This
Oh,
kid's
I
so
would have
annoying.
hidden the letter. Why did he take it in front of them? What does that say?
Hogwarts? Is that like a disease? Like warts?
Oh my god, the owl's the one that dropped it off. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Yo, owls are beautiful. What?
I mean, with magic, anything could happen, right?
Oh my god, that's so crazy. So they found a way inside. This guy's so beautiful. Right? He's so handsome and good looking.
Smash.
Smash. Wow. Look at that. And in the beginning, there was one owl.
Oh, shoot. He should grab one.
Look at him. He's
Grab one.
cheesing,
Oh,
dude.
my God. Open one already. Shoot.
It's like raining.
Oh, my God. Run to the bathroom. Lock yourself. Not your stupid cupboard. Cupboard.
Cupboard. Your stupid cupboard.
We're going away!
What are they going to
Run away!
They're going to sell the house.
Gonna burn the house, yeah.
Damn, where the hell is this?
Damn, talk about middle of nowhere. Look at that. Oh, it's his birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, and then for the other kid, they did all that stuff with the gifts, and the kid was complaining. Look at that.
Make a wish, Harry.
Didn't even give him a cake. Wow, dude, that made me so sad. Oh, it's the guy, right, from the beginning, the big guy on the motorcycle.
Yeah, it looks like him.
Yeah.
Hagrid.
Dry up, Dursley, you great prune.
Oh my God, he just bent that freaking shotgun like that.
Imagine if someone was upstairs.
Baked it myself, words and all.
Happy birthday.
Aw,
Day.
he remembered. He came on his birthday.
Excuse me. Who are you?
Who are you?
Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your mum and dad learned it all?
Learnt what?
You're a wizard, Harry. Did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain when you were angry or scared?
Like with the snake.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. He didn't even understand that it was him doing it.
We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and...
Oh, I see.
My perfect sister being who she was. Oh, my mother and father were so proud the day she got her.
Jealous.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had you, and I knew you would be the same, just as strange, just as abnormal.
Oh my gosh.
She went and got herself blown up.
What the heck, dude?
Kill Lily and James Potter?
I had to say something.
Look at the fat kid.
He will be under the finest headmaster that Hogwarts has ever seen. Albus Dumbledore.
The bearded guy.
Never insult Albus Dumbledore in front of me.
He's scared because he knows it's real, so they know magic is
Look
real.
at him eating his cake. He made him into a pig. I mean, he is a pig.
Oh, yeah.
We're a bit behind schedule. Let's be off. Unless you'd rather stay, of course.
I would go. This guy seems
This guy's saving him from the castle, you know?
this guy seems like nicer than his own family.
Yeah, yeah, he seems trustworthy. Because I usually get the vibe of people, you know, like in movies too. I like Hagrid.
Can we find all this in London?
If you know where to go.
It's like, where are you gonna get a wand and stuff?
Yeah.
Welcome back. Doris Crockford, Mr. Potter. I can't believe I'm
Mr.
meeting you
Potter?
at last.
I know, he's so...
Can't tell you how pleased I am to meet you.
Hello, Professor. I didn't see you there. Harry, this is Professor Quirrell.
Quirrell.
Must we go now?
Oh my gosh, Hagrid is huge.
Right?
Towering over people.
That's what I saw in the beginning. Oh, that's so cool, dude. I would love to have magic powers.
Yeah.
You know, just be able to do stuff like this. Wow, so it's like a portal that
No
took them
way.
into the magical world. See, like everybody here is a magician. Is that the right term?
Wizard.
Wizard and witch, yeah.
Look,
at
could
the
get
owls.
owls here. I would get an owl for sure.
Oh, you could even get a bat,
Look at it! The new Nimbus 2000!
a broom.
What?
Oh yeah, 'cause like witches, you know.
Fly
like,
on
yeah,
broomsticks?
That's so interesting, dude.
What the heck?
Oh, Oh, these are scary
They're
looking.
like trolls or something.
Trolls, right? Yeah.
Mr. Harry Potter wishes to make a withdrawal.
With the drawel.
Yeah.
Professor Dumbledore gave me this.
Top secret. What?
Oh, it's like underground.
Taking like a roller coaster.
Oh? Oh?
Damn.
Oh.
That's gold?
Didn't think your mom and dad would leave you with nothing now, did you?
Oh, so his parents were rich?
Maybe that's why he's famous.
His parents were like, his parents had like investments in Amazon and Apple and stuff.
Yeah. It's like a little pouch. Oh my gosh, so small.
Small, right? Yeah. Big ass safe.
Not to mention this to anyone, Harry.
So that's for Dumbledore, who's the headmaster of Hogwarts.
A wand? Oh, you want Ollivanders? There ain't no place better. Why don't you run along there and wait? I just got one more thing I got to do. Won't be long.
Since 382 BC.
What?
What?
Seems only yesterday that your mother and father were in here buying their first wand.
So his parents are well known for sure.
Yeah, like what did they do, right? Like they saved the world or something?
This.
Oh my god. He's gonna destroy the whole shop.
I wonder.
Oh shoot. It's like wind.
It is curious that you should be destined for this wand when its brother gave you that scar.
What?
He who must not be named did great things. Terrible.
So he has the same wand or like the same kind of wand
Yeah.
as a terrible.
Oh,
He
got him
got
a
an
gift.
owl.
And he got it as a gift, I think. He's like, happy birthday.
Aww.
Killed my parents, didn't he? The one who gave me this.
Oh.
There's one wizard that went as bad as you can go, and his name was...
Why are they scared of...
Maybe it's like a curse if you say it.
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Your parents fought against him,
Oh, that's his mom.
but nobody lived once he decided to kill him.
What?
Except you. Something about you stumped him that night. That's why you're famous.
Oh, I was about to say that. He survived?
Boy who lived.
Wow. The boy who lived.
Already a lot of information to connect.
Your train leaves in 10 minutes. Here's your ticket.
That's a really nice ticket.
I know, it's shiny.
This is platform 9 3/4. There's no such thing, is there?
He's gone just like Batman did with Commissioner Gordon.
What the heck? He just abandoned the child?
Figure it out.
Platform 9 3/4 this way.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and they have like a similar like baggage, you know, bags.
Luggage, yeah.
Luggage. Okay.
I was like, where's he going?
Not to worry, dear. It's Ron's first time to Hogwarts.
Aw, look, he has such a cute little face. The girl's not going.
Oh, it worked. Okay. Look at that. Nice. Because I thought that he would have to do what Hagrid did with the bricks, you know, open it up.
Yeah, that's what I... Look at that. Now that's a nice looking train.
All aboard.
That's a nice... Why don't trains look like that anymore, right?
I know, it's all like...
boxy.
Stale and, yeah, lifeless.
Look at this. This is so cute.
It's a huge platform, too. So my question is, are they traversing through the normal world, or is this all magic world?
Oh, if it like switches at some point in between.
Yeah. Like, does it go through a portal, too, you know?
Harry Potter.
Do you really have the
what?
The scar?
Oh, it's like a legend. I get it.
Wicked.
That's so cool. Like
Anything
something...
off the trolley, dears?
No thanks. I'm all set.
Aww.
We'll take the lot.
Take the lot. The whole cart?
He's rich, remember?
Harry's bawling, dude. What did his parents do?
I felt so sad. He like held up a squished little sandwich.
I know.
This is Scabbers, by the way.
Oh, his pet is a rat.
Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see then.
She seems a little smug.
Oculus Reparo.
She fixed his glasses.
That's what that was. It was like tape on it.
Excuse me, miss. Could you do that with mine, please? I desperately need it, even though these are new.
You two better change into robes. I expect we'll be arriving soon.
Okay.
She seems like a teacher's pet.
Yeah.
Did you know? Just there.
Oh my gosh, she's so.
It's like a know-it-all, you know? Like
yeah.
it's those annoying kids
she's
that.
So like.
She's the type to remind the substitute teacher about
that there
homework.
Was homework.
Yeah.
The regular teacher, it's like, excuse me, did you check the homework?
Yeah. I would hate those kids. Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so it's like a boarding school. And look, so there are girls, so we thought it was all boys.
Yeah, no, because the parents both went, so I knew. Because they said witches and wizard. I was just surprised that we just saw the family of boys.
Yeah.
Like that little girl, I guess, isn't like a magic
wizard or a witch. Wow. Damn.
What? It's like a castle.
Look at that, a full moon.
Oh my gosh, it's like a castle.
It is a castle, right?
I like the sounds.
I know, it's very upbeat. It kind of reminds me of like Christmas songs, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's giving me like a Christmas vibe.
Oh,
it's the cat lady. It's Catwoman.
They are Gryffindor, Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff sounds funny.
Harry Potter has come to Hogwarts. This is Crabbe and Goyle. And I'm Malfoy.
All right, cool guy.
I know, right?
Red hair and a hand-me-down robe. You must be a Weasley.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting so sad.
You don't want to go making friends with the wrong sort. I think I can tell the wrong sort for myself, thanks.
Oh.
Damn. Rejection.
Yeah, that
swipe.
guy's giving me the wrong sort. How dare he? And
Get out the way.
do you see how like squishable
Ron is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just always has like a face like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just poor. It's not my fault. My family's poor.
Guys, he is so freaking cute.
It's not real, the ceiling. It's just bewitched.
Look at the skies. Look at the candles floating. Wow. That's so sick, all the candles. That's so interesting, actually.
That the third floor corridor on the right-hand side is out of bounds.
His cat has red eyes.
Does not wish to die a most painful death.
Damn.
Thank you.
What a message to welcome students with.
10-year-olds.
I shall place the sorting hat on your head, and you will be sorted into your houses.
That's a pretty cool concept, though.
What? What the heck?
Gryffindor!
Okay.
That was fast. Okay.
Seems good. It seems good.
But on like what merits? Like, how does it judge? Like, what is it doing? Is it reading your mind?
Yeah, if it's going on your head.
Slytherin!
It didn't even touch his head.
It's not a witch or wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin.
Went bad. Oh shoot.
So there's like the bad ones and there's the good ones, I guess.
Slytherin sounds like some snakes.
I know just what to do with you. Gryffindor!
Okay, so okay, so his family is Gryffindor.
Gryffindor seems like a good thing, I guess, you know?
Oh, everybody's on the edge of their seats. Harry Potter.
Oh, here we go.
Where to put you?
Not Slytherin.
Oh.
He's scared now. He's like, I don't want to go bad.
Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor!
Oh?
Woo!
I didn't know that you could like manipulate and like bribe the hat. You know, he's like bribing it, like slipping it $100 bill.
I would just be like, please, not Hufflepuff. I'm like, it sounds so stupid.
It sounds so stupid.
Please, don't put me in that one. I mean, we didn't even see any Ravenclaws, so Ravenclaw must be like the bottom of the barrel.
Right. So I guess that's the hierarchy. Is that Slytherin is strongest? Well, no. Hermione went to Gryffindor first.
Let the feast begin.
Oh.
What?
Dude, I would love. Oh my
gosh.
Oh my god, I would love to have magic powers, dude. Oh.
Say, Percy, who's that teacher talking to Professor Quirrell?
Oh, that's Professor Snape, head of Slytherin House.
Ooh, maybe he wanted him to be in Slytherin.
Welcome to Gryffindor.
Oh, there's like ghosts. That's so interesting.
What the heck?
I know you. You're nearly headless Nick.
Nearly headless.
Nearly headless? How can you be nearly?
What the heck? I lost my appetite
Not
right
while
there.
I'm eating, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nearly. It's like
It's like hanging by a thread. Damn, look how many there are.
Oh, wow.
What?
Wow.
There's so much cool things.
Yeah, they really stepped up the magic part of this. They're really showing us the magic.
Also, the editing looks so good.
I know, the pacing and everything is great.
Girls, the same on your right. You'll find all your belongings have already been brought up.
Very interesting. So, do you have to pay to go to Hogwarts? That's my question. If you guys could comment that below. And what does the full ride look like in terms of money?
You're trying to go?
Yeah, I'm looking after my kids' best interest.
It doesn't seem that way. It seems like you
Are chosen?
Yeah, like you get enrolled if you have magic powers, and then you just have to buy the list of
materials.
Yeah.
So the teachers work for free, you're saying? Like they work out of love, out of the kindness of their hearts? They don't gotta eat. Well, food gets conjured up, so.
Look how freaking happy he is.
Finally, he's free, dude. And they use feathers, you saw?
Yeah, to write.
I actually have a feather right here. I'm gonna write with it.
Can you
Okay,
imagine
it's
the
a real
look on
feather.
McGonagall's face if we were late?
They don't know.
Oh my god. Dude, that.
Could you imagine her face?
I can tell you how to bottle fame, brew glory, and even put a stopper in death.
Sign me up.
Damn.
Maybe some of you have come to Hogwarts in possession of abilities so formidable that you feel confident enough to not pay attention.
He was just taking notes. Like, that's what I would do in school. Because I have a bad memory, dude. I gotta write everything down. Look, I'm writing everything down.
Hey, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood?
Oh, of course you know. Bro.
I kind of like that, you know? I used to be like that.
Where, Mr. Potter, would you look if I asked you to find me a bezoar?
She always knows. She knows everything.
I don't know, sir.
Fame isn't everything, is it, Mr. Potter?
Oh my god.
Hermione knows. Seems a pity not to ask her.
Ooh, Harry!
Oh my god, his comeback game is crazy.
He's like learning from the other cat lady.
He's got a smart ass mouth for a 11-year-old kid.
And Gryffindors, note that 5 points will be taken from your house for your classmates' cheek.
Dude, that's total bias though. Like, how's that allowed? If you're the head of a house, how are you gonna, you know? Isn't that like against the rules? Like there should be rules saying that.
Because he's head of the Slytherin house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. What?
Yo, the accuracy too, right? The precision, dropping it right on the person's hand.
Yeah, look, the owls drop off the mail even here.
Gringotts goblins, while acknowledging the breach, insist nothing was taken.
The vault in question, number 713, had in fact been emptied earlier that very same day.
What? That's the vault they went to.
Yeah. Wow.
Right hand over the broom
Eyeballs.
and say up.
Oh, shit.
First try.
Oh, he's quick too. Yeah, he seems like he's gonna be, you know.
His like rival, kind of
Yeah,
like school
yeah.
rival bully. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting to.
Ron is so clumsy.
He reminds me of someone.
Yeah, that's why I think he's so cute. Oh my gosh. He is so freaking cute.
Oh,
Mr. Lumber!
The teacher's just like calling him. It's like, dude, do magic and try to stop him. The heck? Ooh. Oh, that kind of looked like a video game scene.
That's
you saw?
CGI. Yeah.
The CGI occasionally. Again, look.
He's like
It's
getting
like a cartoon.
elongated.
Yeah. It's like a cartoon.
He looks like a little like stretchy.
Hey guys, like it's showing its age a little bit, but that's all right.
No, it still looked like.
No, yeah.
It still
A
was
little
not bad.
bit, yeah, just every now and then.
Up you get.
Oh shoot! He took
I
his
see
ball.
a single broom in the air. The one riding it will find themselves out of Hogwarts before they can say Quidditch.
What? Out of Hogwarts.
I think I'll leave it somewhere for Longbottom to find.
Longbottom is a funny name.
Yeah, that's the name of the kid, right? Longbottom.
How about on the roof?
What? Hey, he's gonna get expelled. This kid's a bad kid.
You heard what Madam Hoop said. Besides, you don't even know how to fly.
Proceeds to fly.
She doesn't want any more points taken from the house.
I know, right?
Have it your way then.
Ooh.
Damn.
Oh, he's going fast now.
Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling. The other kid's gonna land and make it
Oh,
seem
look.
like he's... Oh, shoot, he caught it?
And that lady's like, expelled.
Oh, no. Not the cat lady. See, he's gonna be on the ground while Harry's the
Oh.
only one in the air, you know?
Follow me.
She
See?
caught him. Oh, God. Like, let him be happy for Oh, look,
See,
he was already on
little
the ground.
snarky little
What a
kid.
slimy little booger,
That's
dude.
why he threw it, so he could go back quickly, you know? He got scared, too, I bet.
But first years never make the house teams.
Teams?
Hey, well done, Harry. Woods just told us.
Fred and George are on the team
Teams?
too. Beaters.
Beaters.
They're beaters? What the heck does that mean?
Seekers, like hide and seek and beaters.
They beat them up?
You won't make a fool of yourself. It's in your blood.
Aw, that's nice. She's a nice friend. She just wants them to be, you know.
Oh, shoot.
What?
That's crazy. His dad was like a legend in school, too.
And now he's the youngest one, apparently.
Ooh.
Does anybody feel like we shouldn't be here?
Look at all the cobwebs.
This is the 3rd floor. It's forbidden.
Oh, it's what? Oh.
Let's go.
Oh.
Oh, shoot, the cat.
Look at the eyes, man. Wow.
And move over. Hello, Hamora.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Hello, Hamora. Standard Book of Spells, Chapter 7.
I would love to have her as a friend at the school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could cheat off her answers.
You got pit bulls? What the heck? You got 3 pit bulls in there. Oh, these are 3-headed.
Oh, hell no. 3 kids up against this thing.
Come on. That was a little bit.
Didn't you see what it was standing on?
I wasn't looking at its feet. I was a bit preoccupied with its head.
It was standing on a trapdoor, which means it wasn't there by accident. It's guarding something.
It's a guard dog.
I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled.
Expelled is worse than being killed.
Getting expelled is worse than death for this girl. That's insane.
And try to put it through one of those 3 hoops. The keeper defends the hoops. With me so far?
So it's kind of like
So
soccer.
the hoops are a goal.
Careful now, it's coming back.
Oh?
Oh, shoot. It's like baseball.
It's wicked fast and damn near impossible to see.
What do I do with it?
You catch it before the other team seek her. You catch
Oh,
this, the game's
shoot.
over.
Damn, this game has so many layers. What?
Oh. Look
Oh,
at that.
hell no.
It's like a hummingbird, kind of. Do it with
And
me.
enunciate. Wingardium Leviosa.
What?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Oh, dude, she's such a know-it-all, though. Like, it's kind of pissing me off. I want to like her.
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Oh, I mean, hey, she puts her money where her mouth is. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I like her.
Well done, dear.
Oh my god, that kid is gonna freaking light the school on
Oh, it's
fire.
the same kid.
Yeah.
What's up with his wand?
Yeah, I think he got the wrong one at that Ollivander's
I
guy.
think Ollivander played him, dude. Screwed him over.
Not Leviosa. She's a nightmare, honestly.
She's right
no
there.
wonder she hasn't got any friends.
Aw. See, like, that's what I needed was, like, a little bit of her humble and vulnerable side.
And that she wouldn't come out of the girls' bathroom. She said that she'd been in there all afternoon, crying.
Oh, man.
Aw, come on. It's all his fault. The troll. No, the trolls are at the bank.
Those are goblins.
Those little trolls.
Teachers will follow me to the dungeons.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like,
Oh,
don't
shoot. She's in the bathroom.
And where's the troll, they said?
In the dungeon. But still, she's not following them, is what I'm saying.
What? Hermione?
See? I thought that too. Because
Yeah.
there's always a reason for everything, right? Like, why they mentioned she was in the bathroom.
What are the odds that they decide to...
What?
Damn, dude. Going into the girls' what are the odds?
Oh my god, and that's a troll? I thought trolls were like...
Damn, dude.
What?
That's a big MF right there.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Just run past him. Oh my god!
Oh, perverts. Can't go in the girls' bathroom. I'm kidding.
She's just hiding!
Ooh, that was a close one.
Oh my gosh.
That was a close one. That was too close for comfort. Look at this dumb thing, dude. And they said...
Look at the CGI.
Oh my god, you could tell that it's like a video game, dude. Look at that. This is funny.
It's funny looking for sure.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, look. Oh, look at Ron. He
Oh,
learned it.
guess who taught him? Mm-hmm.
Thank Hermione.
Exactly.
Oh, shoot.
Cool.
Oh.
Run! Oh my gosh, like nobody wants to run.
On your robe, dude.
And they come now all of a sudden. Are you serious?
I know.
It was an extremely foolish thing.
Oh, you saw his leg?
Yeah, briefly.
Very disappointed in you, Miss Granger. 5 points will be taken from Gryffindor.
She took the blame.
Not many first-year students could take on a fully grown mountain troll.
Mountain troll. They forgot to mention it was from
5
the mountain.
points
Damn, they're losing points.
will be awarded to each of you.
Oh,
What?
For sheer dumb luck.
She's sassy.
I like her, though.
Yeah.
I don't like this weird hair guy over there.
Then again, now that you've proven yourself against a troll, a little game of Quidditch should be easy work for you.
What a hater.
Even if it
bro.
is against Slytherin.
Ooh, his house. Okay. We know who his money's on. He's such a hater, though. Like, I don't understand. Oh, look, and he's walking with a limp.
So he could try and get past that 3-headed dog, but he
Damn.
got himself bitten. That's why he's limping. The day I was at Gringotts, Hagrid took something out of one of the vaults. Said it was Hogwarts business, very secret.
Oh, shoot.
That's what the dog's guarding. That's what Snape wants.
He's smart, dude. Talk about context clues, huh? He just knew. He basically just figured it all out.
Isn't that Harry's owl, the white one?
Yeah, I guess so. I wonder what that is.
Looks like a broomstick.
Yeah, what is that?
Look at them all pretending they don't know what it is.
Yeah, like I wonder what it is. Is it a microwave?
It's not just a broomstick, Harry. It's a Nimbus 2000.
Oh, it's the one that the kids were like drooling over. Oh.
Oh shoot! Because her house is Gryffindor,
Oh,
so
she's
she
the headmaster
gifted.
of that?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's leading up to his first match. That's so cool. See, like it's just like soccer
Yeah.
or football.
Remember, the snitch is worth 150 points.
Damn.
The seeker who catches the snitch ends the game.
What?
So if you catch it, you automatically win.
Oh shoot!
That's how hard it is to catch.
I hope he catches it.
And the game begins!
Oh, so it has like elements of like handball. Because I was wondering, like, do they use their wands?
Football.
Yeah, and American football. Yeah. Oh, can you do that too? So it's like mixed martial arts as well.
Give me that.
Oh, another concussion. Oh no, this guy. Ah.
Oh no.
Wait, so there are no fouls in this? Like you could just kill people? You could just kill people.
Oh my god! And go follow the snitch. What the heck are you doing?
I know, he's like sleeping, dude.
He's just standing there. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I found it. Okay. Oh, his new broom is malfunctioning. Uh-oh.
He probably can't control it.
It's probably like too powerful, you know? Oh no shot. Look at him. He's like doing some black voodoo magic on him.
Oh my gosh.
No mercy, huh? She just set him on fire. Oh, it like stabilized.
Now's his chance. Ooh.
Yeah, they're just very physical, right? Oh
my gosh.
Oh. Wow, look how close he is to the ground.
He's surfing on it?
This just turned into like a surf.
Oh my gosh.
You got it. Oh.
Oh, is he out? Oh no.
He is off his broom.
Looks like he's gonna be set.
He's got the snitch! Harry Potter receives 150 points.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow. Nice. For whatever reason, I got full body chills when I saw it pop out. I'm like, oh
my
shoot.
gosh, he
Let's
caught
go.
it in his mouth.
Let's go.
Why was he trying to get past that three-headed dog on Halloween?
Who told you about Fluffy?
Fluffy.
Whatever Fluffy's guarding, Snape's trying to steal it.
Codswallop.
He keeps saying that.
What that dog is guarding is strictly between Professor Dumbledore and Nicholas Flamel.
Nicholas Flamel. Where did I hear that name from before?
I should not have said that.
He's not good at keeping his mouth shut. Is it the headless Nick? Nicholas?
That's where. Yeah, that's.
Look at that.
Wow, look
Damn,
at how many trees.
the holidays are flying by.
No way. That's so sick.
He's going to go and look in the library for information on Nicholas Flamel in the restricted section. Happy Christmas.
Oh, she's leaving.
Oh, to like spend time with your family.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, they're spending the holidays? That's cool.
Oh, Mum made it.
Looks
like you got one too. I've got presents.
Wow.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
11 years of never receiving a single present,
Oh
not having
my
your birthday
gosh.
celebrated. Wow. That's incredibly deep, man.
Your father left this in my possession before he died.
What?
Whoa!
It's like a
My
camouflage?
body's gone.
It's a floating head.
That's an invisibility cloak.
Oh, shoot. Makes you invisible? Damn.
Damn. Oh shoot, they're going to the library.
Yeah, to the restricted session.
The only one person could wear it.
Jump scare. Was not expecting that. Oh my god.
Who's there?
I told you can't make
your
noises.
gasps are so scary, bro.
I don't know who the heck that is.
I'm getting overstimulated. Babe.
Who is that?
You're scaring me. Shut up. You're scaring me. Stop. I don't even know why I'm scared.
Oh my god, who is that?
Oh, it's that weird old
Who
guy
the
with the
heck
cat.
Show yourself.
I don't like this guy's face. He's scary.
He's like saying you can't hide. I'm getting scared.
Look at his face, dude. His face is so terrifying.
I didn't know who it was.
They did before. Oh, and Cat
no.
sees you too. But look at the cat. Babe, what the heck? You're scaring me.
It's running at him, babe. What the heck?
Dude. Guys, help me. The crazy person. Help me.
Oh my god, it's like people running up. Oh wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. What the heck? Oh my god, he sensed it.
What are they doing? Like, what's going on? Babe, what's going on?
When you've had time to decide where your loyalties lie.
Oh my god, this guy's scary.
It's still hot. That means there's a student out of bed.
Oh my god, I'm like heart is pounding. Oh.
Man, that was scary. Imagine watching horror movies with this one, which we're going to do eventually on the channel. Like, we're going to start horrors too, like horror stuff. Man, that's going to be a nightmare. That's going to be a literal nightmare, dude.
I got so
it's like
scared.
real horror in this room plus what's going on screen.
There was people freaking running up and like, I don't know, popping up.
Oh my god, I had an anxiety attack, low-key. Oh, those are
Oh
his...
my god, that's his mom.
His dad looks just like him, or he looks just like his dad. Wow.
He's talking to them. Dad. What?
They can't speak?
Can he feel that?
That's me! Only I'm head boy. And I'm holding the Quidditch cup.
What?
And bloody hell! I'm Quidditch captain too!
He's seeing all that?
Do you think this mirror shows the future?
Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I see a shadow. Oh, this is like a horror movie. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Dumbledore.
It shows us nothing more or less than the deepest and most desperate desires of our heart.
Wow.
Men have wasted away in front of it, even gone mad.
Profound, huh? Wow.
It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live.
Wow, what a bar, man. Wow, this just got so profound. Look, it's always the long bottom guy.
You have got to start standing up to people, Neville.
How? I can barely stand.
What's up with these dad jokes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I need. You to set my bloody kneecaps on fire.
This kid.
If anyone cares to notice, my eyebrows have completely grown back.
Nice. Looks
Aww.
great. Look. There's like a bald spot on the back of his head.
I was gonna say he's been doing better than at his spells.
And his work on alchemy with his partner, Nicholas Flamel.
Alchemy, I think that's where I know that. Yeah. Because Nicholas Flamel is a real person.
What?
In alchemy.
Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone.
With astonishing powers. It will transform any metal into pure gold.
Wow.
And produces the elixir of life, which will make the drinker immortal.
That's what was the thing, probably.
Who last year celebrated his 665th birthday. That's what Fluffy's guarding on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
Damn, this just took
So they someone wants to get it for, like, to live forever, basically,
probably
right?
Voldemort, yeah. Because at the beginning they said that Voldemort is somewhere, like, trying to hang on.
But Snape is trying to get it.
For himself.
We know about the Sorcerer's Stone.
Imagine.
That's the magic word. That's the password.
I think Snape's trying to steal it.
See? Yeah.
Snape is one of the teachers protecting the stone. He's not about to steal it.
What?
Look at his dog.
No one going to get past Fluffy. Ain't a soul knows how, except for me and Dumbledore. I shouldn't have told you that.
He keeps getting himself.
Keeps spilling the beans.
Yeah, he's like, I should not have told you that. Oh, it's hatching something.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. What is that?
Oh, he said that he always wanted a dragon, remember?
No way.
Damn, they have dragons in this? Well,
I want that as my pet. What the heck?
Isn't he beautiful? Oh, bless him. Look, he knows his mummy. He's got to have a name, doesn't he? Don't you, Norbert?
I really like Hagrid, man.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh. Look at this sleazy, slimy Slytherin.
Oh, he's like following them.
As punishment for your actions, 50 points will be taken.
50 points.
Each.
Oh my god.
That's the whole Quidditch match.
All 4 of you will receive detention.
4.
Oh shit.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
He literally has no friends. He's jealous of their friendship.
He has such a punchable face.
Yeah.
The time detention would find you hanging by your thumbs in the dungeons.
Oh my
What
god.
the heck?
God, I'll miss the screaming.
What the heck?
This guy's creepy.
Serving detection with Hagrid tonight.
This guy's a weirdo.
Okay, that's not detention to me. This is more fun than...
You're not still on about that bloody dragon, are you?
Oh, they took it from him because he's not allowed.
The forest? I thought that was a joke. We can't go in there.
Nighty-night.
Personally, I wouldn't allow that guy within 100 miles of children.
This sounds pretty fun, honestly. We're going into the forest that no one can go into with Hagrid.
Yeah, it's like a day trip. It's like school trips.
What is that?
That's unicorn blood. That.
Unicorns, wow.
What? Blood?
This one's been hurt bad by something.
Oh, you saw the thing
Yeah.
in the trees moving?
Scared, Potter. Did you hear that?
Dude, I'd be scared.
I know. How do they let children be alone?
Like, what if they just, like, not kill each other, but what if, you know? It's
Something
like,
kills
not,
them.
Yeah, but they're not even, like, trustworthy towards each other. Like, how would you just let them... I don't know. It's weird. Uh-oh.
What is that?
Oh, that's a unicorn, it
Oh my
seems.
god. They're running.
Look at this coward, bro. Just abandoned.
Oh my god.
Harry.
Run. Get out of there. What the heck is that? What is that?
Oh, babe. Stop.
What is that?
Ah, stop. You're scaring me. Oh, shoot.
What the heck?
Damn, how many, like, mythological creatures are there, dude? That's crazy.
Oh god, thank god though. I don't know what the heck that thing was.
What do you call those?
Horsemen?
From Greece mythology?
Um.
It's like a centaur.
Oh yeah, centaur.
That thing that killed the unicorn. That was drinking its blood.
See? I knew it, dude. I told
That
you.
was Voldemort.
Told you. It makes sense.
You're safe now. Good luck.
Huh, this guy's a friendly guy.
He seems trustworthy, I guess. I don't
He
know.
knew about it because he said, "You know what's in your school, right?"
So that was Voldemort.
As long as Dumbledore's around, you can't be touched.
Huh, okay. I like that. I like that.
That's actually reassuring.
Yeah.
Who gave you the dragon egg? What did he look like?
I don't know. I never saw his face. He kept his hood up.
Oh, shoot.
Well, of course he was interested in Fluffy. How often do you come across a three-headed dog, even if you're in the trade? But I told him, I said the trick with any beast...
Oh, my God. He always says what he shouldn't say.
Play him a bit of music and he falls straight to sleep.
I shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have told you that.
Dude,
Oh
how
my
would Dumbledore entrust him with all this information? He's literally that friend that can't hold a secret, you know, that
Oh
tells
my
everybody.
Someone's going to try and steal it.
I don't know how you three found out about the stone, but I assure you it is perfectly well protected. No, you go back to your dormitories. Quietly.
Oh, nobody believes them.
I know. And I think I saw a ghost taking that class or like taking a test. Imagine dying and being a ghost and still having to go to school.
People will think you're up to something.
He doesn't like him at all, dude. He's just like me. Like, when you sense a vibe, I don't know if you guys could do this, but it's like clairsentience. It's like you just know when people have a weird energy, weird vibe.
Now what do we do? Go down the trapdoor.
Oh, no.
Tonight.
They're going to try to put the dog to sleep? Damn. What type of music, I wonder? Like, is it that flute song that Hagrid was playing, or is it like Beethoven?
Could play some drums or something, imagine.
Yeah, something like Kanye was.
I'll fight you. Neville, I'm really, really sorry about this. Petrificus totalis.
Yo, she's powerful, bro.
What the heck did she just do?
Ooh, petrified him. Petrificus.
Snoring.
Oh, that means someone already played the music.
Oh, shoot. Look, they
Put a spell on the harp.
They put a harp in there. Wow.
The harp.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, just jump in there.
Oh, look at the drool. A lot of drool, dude. Who has a drool kink in this? Jeez. Ugh. Yeah, you gotta all go at once.
Oh my gosh.
What is that? Oh, these are the spells and enchantments that Hagrid confirmed.
Stop moving, both of you. This is Devil's Snare. You have to relax. If you don't, it'll only kill you faster.
Oh my god, she knows everything though.
He's
He's like,
relaxed.
I know, right? He's like the most anxious person ever.
Yeah.
Devil's Snare hates sunlight. Lewis him.
Damn, dude, she's the most powerful wizard in the whole grade.
I know. For a freaking 10-year-old, 11.
What are those? Oh, those are the keys.
I've never seen birds like these.
It's like the snitch, the golden
Yeah.
snitch.
Yeah, it does remind me of
And I'll
this
bet one of them fits that door.
one.
It is. It's like a game.
There, I see it. The one with the broken wing.
Oh, the fat one.
He's good at this, huh?
Yeah, like Ray, like he gets stuff so quickly. Oh. Too good to be true, literally.
That's the key.
Oh, she ends up getting it.
Go, go, go!
It's kind of like moths to a flame, kind of, you know? Like he's like the flame, and all of these are moths.
Yeah.
Moth to a flame.
Oh, there's a lot of statues in here.
Yeah, we got some guards. Garden.
It's a chessboard.
What?
Damn, look at that. Life-sized chess. Huh.
That's more than life-sized.
And they were foreshadowing it. The whole time, everything was foreshadowed. The broom and the chest. Ooh, and it's animated just like Ron's game was.
Huh, it was all things that they had to have knowledge in.
Yeah, all the things, yeah.
Now what do we do?
Her with her book knowledge, and then...
You'll be the Queenside Castle. As for me, I'll be a knight.
Oh, look at him.
He's finally like...
Shining, right? Like
Yeah.
he finally found his forte. His forte is chess. Look at him riding a horse.
White moves first, and then we play.
Oh, the games have begun. Wow. Oh, sure. I forgot that they literally kill each other, or they destroy each other. That's crazy.
Hermione, I think this is gonna be exactly like was
So he has to
And they're
save
all
the three of
pieces.
them, yeah.
Yeah, so they could all get killed.
Well, he has to move every other piece except for them.
Just hope Ron's a good player. Don't screw up.
1, 2, 3.
It's also interesting how confident he is while he's playing it, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's usually anxious, scared of everything.
I make my move. The Queen will take me.
Oh.
What?
Is he gonna...
To sacrifice himself.
Is he...
No, you can't. There must be another way.
Do you want to stop Snape from getting that stone or not?
He's gonna say...
It's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me, not Hermione, you.
He's like the chosen one.
No way. Is he gonna die?
Imagine? That's crazy. Aren't there like 8 movies?
Knight to H3.
Why doesn't he just jump off of it?
Because he has to be a player in order, because he picked a character, you know? So everybody's a player.
I know, but he could jump off now, like the once it gets into place.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Please, intervention.
Dumbledore shows up.
I know, right? Please. No.
Well, it
didn't hit
destroyed
him.
the horse.
Checkmate.
Oh shoot. Does he get to swing a sword?
You? Snape tried to kill me.
No, dear boy. I tried to kill you.
What?
If Snape's cloak hadn't caught fire and broken my eye contact, I would have succeeded. Even with Snape muttering his little counter.
Snape was trying to save him.
He was trying to help him.
Oh. He's smiling.
He sees himself with the stone.
The wink. Just like the snake at the beginning, it winked at him. Oh.
What is that? Oh, what is that?
We meet again. Oh, ew, dude.
Oh my god, he doesn't even have a body.
Be a parasite.
Oh my gosh.
Your own blood can sustain, but it cannot give me a body of my own. Would you like to see your mother and father again together?
Oh, don't look into
Bring
it.
them back.
Don't trust it.
All I ask is for something in return.
A deal with the devil, literally, that's what it is. He's making a deal with the devil. Never make a deal with the devil.
In hell, like the flames are going.
Right? Good catch.
We'll do extraordinary things. Just give me the stone.
He's lying.
Oh, look.
Liar!
Yeah, he saw past it.
What? He's gonna actually do it?
He flies?
Why is he doing this?
It's burning his skin? Yeah, what's going on?
Oh my god. What did he just do?
Look at that.
That's it. There's no body.
Just by touching, though? Is it because he rubbed his hands on the stone and then the stone's magic?
Oh shoot! Look.
Oh, do you think I try to use him as a vessel? Wow, it's just the essence. It's just the spirit, the soul, the wandering soul.
He didn't take the stone. Well, he can't really grab it, right?
Yeah, he needs a host, like a parasite.
What happened to the stone?
Relax, dear boy. The stone has been destroyed.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
My friend Nicholas.
1 minute I was staring in the mirror, and the next.
You see, only a person who wanted to find the stone, find it, but not use it, would be able to get it.
Oh, wow.
Does that mean, with the stone gone, that is, that Voldemort can never come back?
There are ways in which he can return.
So it's not over yet, obviously.
It was because of your mother. She sacrificed herself for you. That kind of act leaves a mark. This kind of mark cannot be seen.
Wow, just like Interstellar. It's all about love.
Wow.
It's beautiful, man. I got full body chills. That's beautiful. Wow.
With 472 points.
Wow. Pretty
Slytherin
impressive.
House.
Look at these. Of course he's happy, huh?
Yeah, but he was saving Harry, right? So
Yeah.
I'm confused on him.
To Miss Hermione Granger, with the cool use of intellect, while others were in grave peril.
Wow.
Look
very-
at Ron's little
50 points.
smile.
50 points.
Second, to Mr. Ronald Weasley, for the best played game of chess. 50 points.
Wow.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh.
To Mr. Harry Potter, and outstanding courage. I award Gryffindor House 60 points.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Just enough to bump them up.
Did they get first place though? Maybe not, but it's still.
I award 10 points to Neville Longbottom.
Wow, look at the underdog, bro. That's
Oh my god. Because he was like, I'm going to fight you guys.
Yeah. And how does Dumbledore see all that, dude? That's kind of disconcerting a little bit. He's like always watching these kids.
Oh, they look sad now. I feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
That a change of decoration is in order.
I don't feel bad, but... Damn, that sucks, though.
That's so cool.
Like, you thought you were going to win?
Yeah, let's keep going.
The House Cup.
Let's go.
Gryffindor. Gryffindor. Hey, I just noticed.
Oh, shoot.
Guys, this whole time I did not notice that I was wearing red for Gryffindor. I was trying to match my lipstick.
I was wearing green for Slytherin, obviously.
No. Gryffindor. Gryffindor.
Look at
my
that.
gosh, I'm so happy.
Look at Hagrid.
I love Hagrid. He's like Harry's new dad.
And mom.
No, McGonagall is his mom.
True.
His mommy.
Yeah.
She's so spicy. She seems like she was a spicy youngster.
Oh, shoot. So he has to go back to his... Ah, that sucks, though.
Aw.
Like, he can't just live in the castle forever?
Not for the summer, I guess. It's closed down.
Oh, man. But they could have made an exception for him.
Thought you were leaving without saying goodbye, did you?
Why doesn't he stay with Hagrid?
Yeah, and he, like, adopts him, you know?
What's that?
Oh, no way.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional.
Look at that.
That's so nice.
Thanks, Hagrid.
I love Hagrid. He's one of my favorite characters.
You're not allowed to do magic away from Hogwarts. You know that.
I do. But your cousin don't, do he? Hey?
That's really cool. It's
I
like...
actually teared up right now.
Oh, we're going home. Not really.
Oh my gosh, stop. I'm gonna literally cry.
He's just going for a little bit, then he's going to come back home. Oh, that's awesome. Really wholesome movie. Like, this was one of the more wholesome ones that we've seen on this channel so far.
Bye. Oh my gosh.
Dude, Hagrid is huge.
Oh my gosh, I love Hagrid.
Hagrid is so cool. So considerate, so loving and caring.
Oh gosh.
Very nice introduction. Directed by Christopher Columbus. And the soundtrack is amazing too. Very interesting introduction.
Oh my gosh, guys. I got like so teary right there for Harry. I feel so sad for him.
Don't cry. Wow, that was a really wholesome movie.
Yeah, right? Like the whole... Guys, I swear, this was probably the movie that we talked the most, I think. Oh, that's way better. I was hearing myself
the whole
like...
time?
I was hearing myself like this, guys.
Yeah, 3 hours I've heard him talk like this.
But you heard me okay, right?
Yeah.
That's why you were getting scared at my screams. To me,
Yeah, you were coming out super loud in my headphones.
No, mine was like, I sound like this, guys. Are you guys there? Can you hear me?
Roger, 45,
I think you could put my volume a little down. I talk so loud.
Yeah, you do talk loud.
Anyway, or I could just
Like
move
that?
it. Wait, maybe you could put it up. I'll move it away.
We're testing the audio at the end of the reaction, guys.
All right, that's good, guys.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Mentally Gone Studios.
Yeah, I definitely need to put my headphone volume up because then I'll know how loud I'm talking, guys.
It was pretty loud. But yeah.
Ooh, I talk loud. Sorry, I'm gonna get so excited. But I was going to say that this was probably the reaction that we talked like the most throughout the whole movie.
During it, yeah.
Because I was just so like happy the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was so and also just like very captivated the whole time. Like just so invested in it.
Yeah.
I never felt this before. Usually with movies there's like kind of like, you know, slower paces where I'm like not really Like there's like certain parts where you kind of just like they're not as important or whatever,
Mhm.
you know, like you kind of just whatever. But this one, it's like the whole time it was like very
Yeah.
like whimsical, like and it's the introduction movie, so you know there's a
Mhm.
lot of that going on with a magic
Yeah.
castle and magic people and magic things.
Yeah, to me, the thing I think for me why I chose to talk more in this one, maybe like just psychoanalyzing myself, I guess, is anxiety about the fact that there are 8 films. I think that kind of like really spiked my anxiety before even sitting down to watch this. Like when I saw like how expansive this universe is, I was like, wow, 8 films. So that means that we're gonna have to remember
Yeah.
everything from like each movie, and obviously it's gonna get added onto. And like that's how I learned though, is my point, is that I learned by verbally addressing things and taking mental notes audibly, right? Like out loud. And I also learn best through, images. Like I'm like a visual learner. So that's why I spoke a lot. Like I tried to like point things out, and it's kind of storing it in my subconscious so that when I see the other films, even if I don't remember everything, I'm gonna like make mental notes or refer to those mental notes,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think I was just like a kid, you know, where it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's that?" You know, like when a kid is watching a movie, that's what I felt like. It was I've never had this with the movies we've watched, like
Yeah.
this much, you know? I literally felt like a kid, like I was on the journey with them kind of thing, you know?
You just scratched the part of my brain, and I'm just thinking about this right now. But it's an interesting thought experiment for me at least. What you're saying, that this movie makes you feel like a kid again, it's because it's literally a story being told through the lens of a child.
Yes.
So the brilliance, I think, of this first installment is that it literally takes you back to your inner child, kind of, like it makes you resort to your childlike nature. And when you're in that childlike state, you automatically, without even having to consciously put effort into it, you are able to use your childlike creativity. And then you become a child. And I feel like every human, every adult, especially adults, like the older you get, the more you kind of, I don't know, like you hunger for that feeling again, of feeling like a
Yeah.
child, And yeah, like it's very interesting that you said that, because that's what I felt. And I couldn't really put like a finger on it. I wasn't really understanding why I felt, like Malfoy and stuff. It's like, obviously it's a child on screen, and it's not literally me wanting to like, it's just me playing around, but it's me thinking as a school kid, like it's me thinking about when I was in school and I didn't like certain bullies because I got bullied a lot in school. I was,
And
picked on.
And I was going to say, look, I don't want to make any comparisons because I've been really enjoying like Lord of the Rings too, but I think that that's like a main difference that I noticed. Like in Lord of the Rings, Frodo is also technically a child, right? Like I don't know his exact age, but he's a child, right? But in Lord of the Rings, it's like it's very serious.
Yeah.
Like he's already faced with like obstacles that are, put his life in danger in the first movie. And then with this one, it's like a lot of it was like focused around like, oh, like his family hates him. And then it's like, then he has to get ready for school. So it was very like lighthearted. It was very,
Not too much violence.
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And then even like the going into the library, it's like very innocent things. It's like
Which is something
sneaking
that
around and things like that.
not getting caught by authority figures, always going against authority figures and trying to find ways and loopholes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what kids do.
It's just very innocent. Like it felt, and I felt it. And I don't know if that's going to be the case with all the movies, because there's 8 of them. So it's just a
Yeah.
matter of time before things like pick up, I guess. Like, I don't
Picking
know.
up the pace, yeah.
But what I was going to say is that I liked it because at no point did I feel like anything was dragging on or that anything was like boring or not even boring, because I never think that anything is boring really, but like no part of it felt like dragging on or anything. Like every part of it felt so fast paced. Like this movie felt like it was an hour long for me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it went so fast.
And every bit of information that was included and talked about felt purposeful.
Yeah, and it was
Felt
always like
intentional.
tied back
Exactly.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like everything was kind of being foreshadowed. So them playing chess, Hermione being a know-it-all, being, a super smart, nerdy person who's textbook smart, Harry being very intuitive, which is what it kind of emphasized, and they explain it as courage, like you are highly courageous, just like your father, you're courageous. And I think it's that gut feeling, it's that intuition is what Harry has, because he always has like an intuition. He always has that clairsentience and clairvoyance. Yeah, he's like, I don't like you.
Bad vibes.
You're a bad guy. It's like
I wonder if that's what that is. It's like, ooh, bad vibes.
Bad guy. Yeah. I also feel like this movie is filled to the brim with symbolism. And it's just very curious, just like they say. Isn't it curious? But what's curious about it?
Yeah.
I find it very curious how much occultic symbols are in this, like symbols that were historically taught by secret mystical schools.
Oh, like hidden symbols.
Yeah, it's like witchcraft, literally like witchcraft symbols. It's just scattered throughout, and there's a lot of different mythologies, unicorns, centaurs, other animals, dragons, so everything is highly symbolic. And that's why that's the big difference from this movie from like other ones that we've seen, because the overall presentation is very misleading because it's like a feel-good movie, but deep down we know that there's like a lot of layers to it, because that's what it feels like. It's like they just randomly included Nicholas Flamel, who was an alchemist and who discovered the elixir of life. It's like these heavy topics, these heavy things that are real, by the way, that at certain points in history, people were actually serious about these things. And then to include it in a child's film, kind of, because this is like a family-friendly film. Like, you can watch this with your family easily.
Yeah.
It's a great movie to watch with your family. But yeah, I just found that very interesting,
Actually, I don't know about watching. I mean, I don't know about how young kids should be watching this, because that freaking unwrapping scene was like kind of scarring, no?
Traumatizing, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, I'm glad I didn't watch that as a kid, because I would definitely have a little trauma from that. Not trauma, but I would be like,
yeah.
Think about it. Just like unwrapping that, and you just see like this crazy face that wants to kill you.
But you know what? Like, you could just skip that part and then just keep it on the good vibes the whole time. It's like them like eating, bonding, doing class together, and then cut Ron dying and cut Voldemort, cut the forest part, and then just be like, look at me, and then you're like switching it quick. Okay, look, and then it's and then the kid's like, oh.
Yeah, that's like when there's a rated R scene and then your parents are like, cover your eyes.
Oh, dude, as a kid, I swear, I was so paranoid because my mom has like the hearing of a hawk, kind of,
Oh, yeah.
And then whenever I was like on Adult Swim, like watching like Family Guy or something, and there was any like scene, like a brief scene of like any like weird moaning or like weird whatever, like a high weird voice, I would automatically freak out and be like, like turn it off and shit, and like fast forward it, because I was always like hyper paranoid.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
But yeah, okay, so that was the first impression.
I really liked it. Wait, this is one of my favorite movies that we've seen on this channel. Like, I think it might be top 3, but I don't know yet. I don't know what the favorite one is, but I was so invested. I felt like a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like this was the first movie I had like a scare reaction, and we've seen scarier things than this, but I was so like
my ears have to recover from that.
Sorry.
Yeah, but the scary factor, it did a great job at creating this idea of restriction. Because it starts with the name itself. Like, you can't say Voldemort. You have to say
he
must not be known or something like that, right? So it's always like a substitute thing, and it starts there with like a restriction. And then it starts even earlier with Harry being restricted. So he's always been confined to the most tightest kind of perimeters and tight-knit boxes. Like, he's always put in a box. He literally used to live in a box under the stairs, and then he gets out, And then it's like a bunch of limitations imposed on him. It's like, don't you burn the food? Come here, boy, give me the food. Don't you do any funny stuff? It's like always restricting. And then Harry, instead of rebelling, right, actively rebelling and feeling resentment and feeling hatred towards them, the whole time he really showed like a stoic essence,
like keeping
you know?
it together.
Like always just like yeah, my life sucks, but at least I have my little toys that I could play with underneath the stairs. At least I'm going to the zoo.
Oh, stop. I'm going to be so sad.
But it is, though. It is. And I think that that's why Dumbledore said what he said at the end. He said that the Sorcerer's Stone presents itself to the seeker who doesn't intend on using it. You know, so like those who seek it but don't have the intentions of using it. And that really reminds me of, speaking of Stoicism, of Marcus Aurelius, right? He was an emperor who didn't want to really be emperor, but he was kind of like pushed and forced into that position. And he became and is known as one of the greatest leaders of all time. And it's because usually it's the case where the king who doesn't want the crown is usually the most honorable king, you know, like it's not always, but usually, versus the king who actively pursues the crown, who wants power, which is what Professor Quirrell,
yeah.
Yeah, the guy who was housing Voldemort on his head, he said that there's no such thing as good or evil or good or bad. There's only power. And that's the exact mindset that inhibits him from accessing the stone. And that's why when he was looking in the mirror, he said out loud, he said, I see myself holding the Sorcerer's Stone, but how do I get it? You know, and then Harry goes before the mirror and he's pure, like he's pure of heart. He's not stained by malevolence, by evil. He's pure. And then he gets the stone. You know, I found that very profound, and it's just interesting. So again, like there are multiple layers, but it really is great at just entertaining you with the feel-good-ism of the movie. But then once you like peel back certain elements, which I'm going to do, like before we watch the second installment, I'm going to rewatch the one previous and maybe a few previous, depending on how jam-packed with information these films are. But just to refresh my memory so that I can remember these elements and kind of like bypass the whole good, like feeling good vibe of the movie.
Yeah, and what's interesting about what you said about him being pure, right? Like even when he looks in the mirror for the first time, he sees his parents. Meanwhile, like Ron was seeing himself with like the Quidditch cup, and he's the captain of the team, and he's, you know, so popular or whatever, and he's like, I'm not bad looking either or whatever, you know.
I look good.
Yeah. And so like even that, like it's very based in, you know, obviously like externalities and stuff. And for Harry looking in the mirror, it's like it's truly the thing that his heart is like desiring.
Yeah.
You know, like the void in his heart, which is not having his parents.
Yeah, because his desires go but beyond this 3D material realm. And then Ron's desire is materialistic. Professor Quirrell's desires are materialistic because it's kind of towards, you know, the bad aspects of life. And then Harry has the pure desire, which is just to see his family again, or to have his family, or to be able to hug his mom, his dad.
Yeah.
It's just wild. Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
You could go first.
You sure?
Yes.
So again, like this one, I didn't really take too many notes on paper. I just try to take them audibly, while we were watching, like I said, so that I can get stored in my subconscious. I put Harry Potter lightning bolt. I found that interesting. I'm trying to figure out what the symbolism behind that is. My initial thought is light, right? Because what is a lightning bolt?
Yeah.
It's a bolt of light.
I wrote that same thing.
Right. So he is the embodiment of light. He is the light bearer, or he is the bearer of light. He is the one who brings light into darkness. And yeah, and maybe that's why he's chosen. And that's why his hands did what they did to Professor Quirrell too. Because love, right? Love is attracted to light like moths are attracted to flame. And I don't know where that came from, but I just said it.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense to me, right? So love can't inhabit darkness. Where there's darkness, there's no sustenance for light to exist. Light can't, well, for love to exist. And that's why usually in these films and in life, the most miserable people are usually the darkest people because they lack love.
Mhm.
And that's why you see like love cures all. Love is the answer. Love all. Peace and love.
Right, like love emanates like a glow to you, kind of, you know?
Yeah, and because of love, I don't think that love brings light. I think that light and love are like two separate things, but I think they coexist or they attract each other. So if love finds its way into your heart and you start letting it in slowly but surely, even if you're just miserable and you're angry at the world and you hate everything and you just want to end it all and stuff, but then you let a little bit of love, like maybe it's something that you're watching from your childhood that you just reminds you in your head that, wow, like this feels good. I forgot that I used to love playing this video game. I forgot that I used to love going to this park. And then it's that little droplet of love that enters all that darkness, and then it signals to the light that it's a hospitable place. Like there's potential for both of them to exist there and kind of eliminate the darkness. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's what I thought about with the lightning bolt.
What I thought was that I wrote illuminating, right? Like he has like an illuminating essence to him, right? And so another thing that I thought just now is that when you think of lightning, right, it's usually associated with like thunderstorms, right? Which people are terrified of. Like there are people who are terrified of it, but then there are people who are in awe of it at the same time. Like it's literally a nature's wonder. And so there's like this duality to it. And so he got that it's a scar, right? Like it's a scar from almost being killed. So in that way, that's like the lightning thunderstorm. It's like the danger of lightning. Getting struck by lightning is deadly, right?
Yeah.
But then it's also beautiful because when people look at lightning, they're always mesmerized by it. And so whenever everybody looks at Harry, they're mesmerized by him. And that scar is literally the symbol, you know, for it, kind of. Like that's what I just like started piecing right now.
That's so interesting, and I'm gonna play on top of, like, I personally love doing these reaction videos with you because it's like a ping pong match kind of, but it's not really like us going against each other. It's just like the better we get, the more entertaining it is for the viewer because, and the more fun it is to play, like us to play, because it's like, oh shit, like this is actually pretty cool. It's like, keep it up, go faster, you know? So I'm gonna build on what you just said, right? You said that it's like the yin and yang. It's the idea of duality, right? So lightning bolts are generated in thunderclouds. So it's through darkness that you have light emanating. Yeah. So the most powerful and concentrated form of light
is in darkness. Yes, and then
holy
and with that you're saying, right? Like Harry lives in such a miserable life, right?
Yeah.
With his family and stuff. But then when he comes into this new world, he's a celebrity, he's famous. He's literally a light amongst them, you know?
Yeah.
And so like he was that in that house, just not like he was being constantly dimmed, like shut out and you know. But then in this new place, it was like the world was his oyster, kind of, you know.
Everybody gravitated towards him. Yeah.
Well, not everybody.
Not
He
everybody.
had some haters, but
even
even them like being preoccupied with someone through hatred, you're still preoccupied.
Yeah,
you're still giving your attention to them.
You're a fan.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so incredible. That's so incredible. And then one step further, right? Voldemort was the one that created the scar. So the ultimate darkness, which is kind of like Sauron from Lord of the Rings, which is what we've been like learning, the embodiment of darkness is what creates its opposite. So through destruction you have creation, through death you have rebirth. And it's only when you die that you're able to be reborn. And that's the whole motif of like resurrection and rebirth, which we see Ron also doing, right? It's an honorable act. It's one of the highest virtues to let go, which Interstellar, it's the third law of Newton.
Yeah.
you know, like Newton's third law, that you have to let go of something in order to propel forward. That will never leave my head. That Interstellar movie will never leave my head, because there's so many things in that one that you can apply in everything in life. And so you have to kind of like let go of things in order to advance, and that's what he does, and that's why he had to go on. And he had to do it alone. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's all about destiny too, which is what I wrote here. And I'm just like spitballing, but I'm also covering multiple points, and it's just like a free flow kind of freestyle. But even the idea of destiny, right? In this one, they don't choose much. It starts with the wand, right? Like the wand chooses the wizard and the witch, right? He didn't walk in and then look at like models of wands and then say like, hey, like, do you have this one in a size 10? It's like, he didn't do that. He walked in and the guy immediately recognized him. Maybe it's because of his father, because he said that he remembers every person, even though the store opened in 300 and something BC, which is crazy.
I don't think that guy is that old, though.
But the other Nicholas Flamel guy is 665 years old, and who knows how old Dumbledore is. Like, the guy looks like he's 1,000 years old. So I don't know. You know, like, age is just a weird mystery. But my point is that the wand was chosen for him, and the wand had already chosen him the moment he became kind of entangled with Voldemort in his story arc. And so the wand carried a phoenix feather, I think I wrote down. Phoenix feather, and this phoenix, right? Phoenix is another symbolic element. And so everything in the writing and in the script serves a purpose. But unfortunately, like, I don't really have too much knowledge on, like, witchcraft and, like, alchemy, specific terms and specific things. But I do know enough where I've been applying it to my own spirituality, right? So there's the whole idea of the transmutation process, which is basically transforming base metal into gold, right? But then you apply that to the human spirit, and you apply that to the human condition, and how there's such thing as baptism through fire, which is why fire is a consistent element throughout this film. So in order for one to truly become baptized and truly like be reborn into an elevated condition, they have to be baptized not through water but through fire. Because that's how you test these metals. Like, that's how you test the endurance of these metals and if they're actually real and what type of metals they are. And yeah, it's just, I don't even know where I was going with this, but then you have the sorting hat, same thing. It's preordained, except for Harry. He was the only one that was able to kind of morph his reality a little bit.
But he was able to morph it, right? But what I think is it's because he could have fit into multiple houses, because even the way that the sorting hat was like talking, it was like saying, you know, oh, like, you have drive and you have, you know, you're brave. And then, so it was probably like listing, like, just like it said, it's like, like, you would do well in Slytherin, you know? But my point is that he probably has like characteristics of different houses, and so you know, that just shows like his kind of like uniqueness.
Adaptability too. Yeah.
That he can't even fit into one house. Like, he's literally a one of one person.
You know what that made me think right now too is that, so instead of students getting put into a house and that house being the one responsible for kind of elevating the student, right, and helping that student reach their potential. Harry's case, I think it was like, this kid is so powerful, he has so much potential, that like, which house would benefit from having him in it?
Yeah.
So he would benefit the house versus having the house benefit him is kind of the vibe I got. But that's a great point, because another idea too is that the chosen one, right, in the whole like spirituality kind of realm, the chosen one isn't just one person. Like, there are chosen people. So the chosen people are the people who are kind of find themselves down this path of like spiritual awakening through Kundalini awakening, clearing of the chakras, energy flow, and all that stuff. But then you reach Christ consciousness, right, which is your I forgot the name of the exact chakra, but it's the crown chakra.
Crown, yeah.
Yeah, and you become enlightened, and that's what enlightenment is, right? It's when you just basically view life as like a elevated being. And I forgot where I was going with this, but that Harry Potter is an enlightened being, maybe not fully enlightened, but because he has the potential for it, because he has maybe the DNA structure, or like I don't know what it is about him yet. But I don't think anything happens by coincidence, you know, and there's obviously a reason why Voldemort wasn't able to kill him. You know, there's like something more that's involved that we'll obviously hopefully get to know.
I mean, it is called the Harry Potter movies. So
yeah, all of them start with his name.
He is
so
the
I guess
main
he's a
character.
pretty big deal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if there was one person I'd choose as the chosen one.
I know, right?
Maybe
Like,
the guy in the
it's just like
title.
Frodo. Like, he's the main character, but he didn't get his name in the title, huh?
Yeah, Frodo Baggins, the Two Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. Like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, you know? Okay, I'm gonna that was just like a freestyle.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
Now we're gonna just go note by note. I just always check the time, guys. Oh, excuse me. Just make sure, like, when I have to reset the camera. Okay. Then we have owls and snake symbolism. I'm pretty sure that the owl is the predator of the snake, because I've seen, like, paintings of owls carrying snakes away. Or I've seen videos, maybe, on TikTok or something. I don't know. I'm, like, death scrolling on TikTok at times. I'm like, oh. Okay, muggle, non-magic folk. Very interesting name, muggle.
Muggles.
You're just a muggle. Wand chooses the wizard is what we talked about. Voldemort equals bad wizard is what I wrote. Like literally, just like a kid. It's like
he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. Is what I wrote. Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger. I just wrote their names to remember. I wrote all the houses. Gryffindor, Hufflepuff is a funny one. It kind of reminds me of those cheese puffs.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
just imagine, like, I don't know what I imagine. I just, like, imagine, like, a squishy, like, a a marshmallow or something, like.
What does Hufflepuff remind me of?
Huff
Huffing,
and
like,
puff. I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your house down.
Yes, the big bad
the
wolf.
3 little pigs.
And the big bad. Yes, that's what it
Yeah.
sounds like exactly.
That's so funny. That's why it had such a weird name to me.
We have Ravenclaw, which I found pretty cool name. Slytherin, Slimy.
But we didn't see anything of those houses, so I'm excited to see if we learn more about them, right? Because
Yeah.
I like the rivalry of, like, the Slytherin and the Gryffindor stuff, but I want to see the other houses. I want to know
Yeah.
what they're about.
And how do they like fit into different aspects?
I want to
of
know
it?
their characteristics, you know?
And I want to know, why are there 4 of them, right? So 4s, like, what can you think about 4s? First thing I thought, which I couldn't really like make sense of, but because of the element of fire, like I was seeing fire a lot, so then I thought to myself, elements? It's like 4 elements, you know, there's air, water, fire, and earth.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Gryffindor is like fire because it's courage, it's fiery, you know? And then maybe Slytherin is like, I don't know, like slimy. It's just a slimy thing. It's just slimy. Like, I don't know, but maybe there's something to that. Hat sorts houses, okay?
just like
random thoughts.
Yeah.
Draco Malfoy, Longbottom.
Longbottom. Yeah, the names were definitely funny.
Yeah, Draco reminds me of
Weasley.
Draco, like the gun, like Draco.
Yeah.
And also Drake.
Draco. I just kept thinking of, like, a type of vampire. He kind of looks like one. He has, like, the pale skin.
Who?
Draco.
Oh, yeah.
And all of
and
the
slick back hair.
Slytherin all look like pale skinned, or not, like, because obviously not all of them are pale skinned, but they all look so
ghostly,
like flushed.
Yeah, like ghostly, kind of like
yeah,
sinister.
like vampires. You know.
I feel you on that. Yeah.
That's what the vibe I got from them. Like, they're not gonna age or something.
Okay, so this one really scratches the part of my brain that is mentally gone, that just overanalyzes everything. So I wrote down the Dark Forest, right? And I didn't write anything else down, but I just wrote it to, like, remind myself of trying to figure it out. So there are areas of this castle that are prohibited. Hogwarts is a place that you would think, oh, it's a school, it's a castle, it's a magic castle. There are powerful teachers and wizards and witches who are wandering the halls, and so it's a safe place, you would think, right? And that's what you usually think about school. But this one, because it's a magical school, you have layers to it, right? Like, you have things that happen. There's a troll in the bathroom. There's a 3-headed dog guarding the thing. There's a forbidden floor. There's a forbidden dark forest place where you can't go, you know? And so I think that what that is, it's placed there on purpose, and it's placed as a test. It's forbidden and out of bounds and out of reach, but it's not really. It's forbidden for those who are comfortable with not exploring and pushing their boundaries. And I think that that's why Harry, people who are curious, like I'm a very curious person, right? Like if I like invest myself in something, I'll go down a rabbit hole. I'll just like research things. I'll buy a bunch of books on a topic just so I can better understand it. So my curiosity really drives me. It's a driving force, right? Even with this channel, like both of us were curious. It's like, hey, like what if we just start like a movie reaction channel and just watch movies for fun and then talk about them because like that's just fun to do, you know? Like it feels fun, it feels right, it feels good to do. So that curiosity worked out. But my point is that these elements that are kind of antagonistic are really put there to help the character's development.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to the whole thing of like baptism through fire. So you can't have growth without resistance.
Without obstacles, yeah.
That's what you have in like gyms, right? Like when you go to the gym to work out and pump weight and stuff, pump iron, you have the resistance of each workout. So if you're doing a bench press, then you have the weight resisting downwards and the gravity, and then you have to push against that resistance, and that's how you get a big chest, and that's how you grow a big body and you get strong. So you have to have that. And so I think that even Dumbledore, coincidentally, or conveniently rather, being absent during Harry's fight or confrontation with Voldemort
is purposeful.
It's because, oh my God, this just gave me chills, guys, because again, I think everybody goes through what Harry Potter is going through, or everybody has the opportunity to, but not everybody's courageous enough to do it. And what's that? To confront your demons.
And that's what Hermione told him, that he has bravery. And so she pointed it out right before he went. She was like saying that, I forgot what she said, like you have love and bravery, or you have friendships and bravery, or whatever, you know, and then he went in. Yeah. So it's like having a support system, but then being brave enough to take on what you have to take on alone.
Exactly. Because look, nobody, and I can speak on this from like personal experience myself, that when you're going through like darkness in life, you're going through depression, you're going through suicidal ideations, you're just in a place where you feel absolutely alone. Even if someone plopped you in the middle of like a music festival that with millions of people around you, everybody's dancing, having fun, you feel the most alone you've ever felt, no matter what happens to you externally, because the whole battle's internally. When you're in that position, the only person who can save you is yourself.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do that is by actively confronting your own darkness, which Carl Jung talks about, refers to as your shadow self, which is crazy because in this case, Harry Potter's shadow self is a separate entity from himself, but they're kind of bonded through this event. And then his shadow self might be, maybe in my weird interpretation, might be Voldemort. Voldemort might be his shadow self, and that's why everybody follow, try to follow along. Because hopefully it makes sense, but everybody was scared to say his name. Because everybody because it's much easier for you to live a life of delusion, of just, deliberate kind of like not acknowledging things.
Yeah.
Blinded with your blindfolds on. It's like, la, 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 I don't care. I don't see any evil. Life is good. Those are the people that never grow.
Yeah.
And then Harry's like, wait, why can't you say his name? Like whatever. And he was the only one that asked someone to say it.
And would say his name too, yeah.
Courageously, because he's not afraid. Because he came from a crazy upbringing, dude. Like, he was orphaned at 1 year old. Like, his life was so unstable. He was surrounded by people who didn't love him. It's like, you already have such tough skin, and that's why when he is thrown into a school of people who come from a loving family, a huge loving family, just like Ron, like a huge loving family, a bunch of brothers and siblings, a loving mother, and then you have Hermione, who's just very like outstanding in her school performance. It's a person who's driven, which you have to kind of have that instilled in you by a parent, like during your upbringing. And then you have Harry, who literally has gone through war his whole life. a life of uncertainty. You know, like he had every reason to be a depressed, anxious, ridden kid who just didn't have any expectations for life, but still he held hope.
Yeah.
Because on his birthday, dude, that's so crazy. He drew himself a cake. He gave himself happy birthday.
Make me so sad.
But it's supposed to be potent. It's like, that's so potent. It's so symbolic. So beautifully done and so like casually done. Because in the moment watching it, I didn't really think of all this. But like now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, damn, dude. Damn, that's so crazy. And yeah. Wait,
and
hold on.
That's the end of the video.
See. Okay. Oh, I just found, like, speaking about old motifs, you know, try turning water into rum.
Yeah.
Hello, like water into wine.
Yeah.
Subtle little thing there, you know. Quidditch, Seeker, Beaters is what I wrote. Three-headed dog, trapdoor. Isn't there like an old Greek mythology tale of a three-headed beast of hell? It's like, I think it was Hades. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's been a while since I've read Greek mythology, but there's one mythology, maybe Norse, I don't know, where there's like a three-headed beast or dragon. And then if you cut off one head, two heads grow after the fact. So you can't really defeat it by cutting its head off, and you have to do something else kind of thing.
That sounds wild.
But there is a three-headed beast of hell that guards the gates of hell, and you have to get through it. Something like that. I don't know. I just wrote down three-headed dog.
That, by the way, that Fluffy was not fluffy.
He was kind of fluffy. He was kind of fluffy.
When he was sleeping, he was fluffy.
Let me see the belly.
I know.
Just like I do with my dog. You know, like, let me see the belly.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, Nicholas Flamel, alchemy. Okay, like we kind of talked about alchemy. Turning base metals into gold. That's the spiritual awakening process. It's the purification of the soul. It's the letting go of all worldly attachments, of all materialism, and evolving into a more detached perspective, but at the same time, paradoxically, unified. So detachment from individualism and the unification with the all. That's what spiritual awakening is, right? So it's like, and I'm sorry if I'm like constantly preaching in like every other video, but I can only speak on what I know of. And I think it applies to like everything in life. I think everybody can understand this. But like that's what it is kind of. It's that idea. And that's what the Buddhists would decide is called nirvana. You know, it's that feeling of like ultimate bliss and enlightenment. I don't know.
Yeah, and in Christianity, there's a similar story.
Christ
too.
consciousness. Yeah.
No, but about the fire, like the alchemy process that you're talking about, the refiner's fire, I think.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like about like there's a part where it says like God is like a refiner and purifier of silver, right? Wow. Which is basically like he's like watching you throughout the entire refining process.
I just got full body chills.
Where it's like you're going through like the purification process, right? So he holds you to the flame, which is like putting you through the struggles of life, but he has to have his eye on you the whole time in order to make sure that you don't get damaged. But it's all to like purify you, right? Like take out the impurities of it and essentially turn you into like gold or silver.
Wow, man.
But yeah, it's exactly that. And you've like told me about the whole process before, like the baptism through fire. Yeah.
You know what's interesting too is that I don't know how I came across this TikTok, because like my like TikTok feed is like all over the place, but there was a TikTok basically with like an animation of the book of Job. And again, I've never read the Bible. Like I don't subscribe to religion. I just want to make that clear in every video because it's not always the same people that return. But I am a person who picks and chooses from things that kind of really resonate with me. And then I saw that one of the comments was like, if you are someone who picks and chooses from every religion, then you don't stand for anything. And I don't believe in that. I think that the more you kind of absorb from this world and from what the riches of every culture, because every culture is rich in its own right, the more you assimilate that, the more well-rounded of a human you become. If you become only unilateral and focus on one thing, then you become unidimensional and you become kind of ignorant to what else is out there. And I just want to preface that by saying that.
And I think that also a lot of obviously there, like, a lot of religions aren't exactly the same, but there are similarities. Like, you can definitely draw
Parallels.
comparisons and parallels between religions in terms of their messaging, you know?
Yeah.
And so to me, in that sense, it's like, it's not like no religion is wrong, you
Mhm.
know? I don't believe in that. It's like, the messaging is the same, like the
Yeah.
essence of it is the same at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter if you want to take from all of them, or if you want to subscribe to one, if you want to, you know.
And I think it helps also that I've always been kind of anti-authoritarian. Like, I've been anti-authority growing up. I always did horribly in school because, well, I'm not going to like go into it all or whatever, but I think it helps if you're just already kind of like have that inkling to not really
Yeah.
succumb to other people's influence. And that's always been me. And that's the whole point of this channel. It's called Mentally Gone for a reason. Because it's not the first time people say, like, oh, like, you're crazy. Oh, like, like, that's far-fetched. Like, you guys are reaching. It's like, it's not the
Yeah.
first time I've heard that. But I love this process because this is what true, true knowledge is born from. And I hate saying what I just said because it feels narcissistic to say that, egotistical, like I'm the holder of knowledge. But it's like, this is how new information is kind of comes up. Like, new associations, new connections are born through experimentation. And so if you always just like go by the book, this religious book says that it's this and this, then how the heck are you even going to posit the idea that maybe, just pondering, maybe this country in East Asia figured something out that Christianity never figured out. Or European Christianity never figured out. And then
Yeah.
know what I mean? But anyways, so I don't even know what I was saying with that, but I think it's very, the Book of Job, right? So I saw this TikTok of an animation of the Book of Job, and Job was someone who was at one point apparently, and please just have mercy. I've never read the Bible, just be merciful. But from what I remember is that Job was a person who had abundance, and then God took away that abundance because Job started kind of just undermining God's existence or authority, or he started just believing that it was all from his own doing, that he was able to accumulate all of that abundance, like wealth and materialism. And then God took away all of that, and then he suffered, and then God allowed his family to get killed and like all these things. And then Job kept asking, like, why hast thou forsaken me? Like, why have you done this to me? And then the whole motif and the whole story, I guess, and the main takeaway is that if you ask for strength, then the universe or God will deal you obstacles, like
to strengthen you.
It'll give you more weight. So if you ask for strength, be ready to have to overcome a strenuous amount of weight. If you ask for courage, be ready to face your fears, and to be put in situations where you have no other choice but to face your fears. And so it's always the game of opposites, right? It's the Hermetic philosophy and the Kybalion of polarity, of opposites, right? So you can't have cold without hot, and you can't have up without down.
Yeah.
So they live harmoniously, and then that's where the whole yin and yang concept comes from. And so, well, it doesn't come from that, but like that's what the idea is in like Taoism. Okay, so Mirror of Desires, this was my favorite one.
You just like completely dropped the thing. I was so invested in what you were saying.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
What did I? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Guys, this is Mentally Gone for a reason. My brain hurts. Literally, it's 12:15 a.m. So we're
we always
past
do
midnight.
these late, yeah.
What was I saying? The Book of Job.
Well,
opposite. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, let's see.
I got it.
I know you're gonna connect it.
So that's why Dumbledore was absent, and that's why all of the obstacles in the school. It's because Harry was always meant and destined to confront and face all of those things alone. And that's why in the end scene, when he's facing Voldemort, the final battle, the final boss, it's him surrounded by flames.
Yeah.
Baptism through fire, and it's him versus his own demon, versus his own inner turmoils. And it was a test also because the mirror was placed there. Who placed the mirror there?
Yeah, Dumbledore said that it was moved.
Dumbledore was the
And
one
said,
that
don't
ordered
go
it to
looking
move.
for it, knowing he would eventually go looking for it.
Yeah. Well, he didn't even go looking for it. It found
No,
him.
but that's my point. Is like,
Oh, yeah.
what if he knew that he would go looking for it and he wanted to lead him to the Sorcerer's Stone?
Yes.
Hello, it could have all been
True.
planned.
True.
What if he knew?
Yeah.
How the hell? Like, I don't know. That's weird.
Because look, right?
I just thought of that, huh?
Because that was another test I think that Harry had to successfully pass, is that he saw his parents again. Voldemort was the devil, right? The typical devil in stories, making him an offer. It's like, hey, join me. We can do extraordinary things. You know, like, do you want to see your parents again? Like, we can bring them back or whatever. Making all of these false promises to him. And then he, a child, had to really, really understand that that was a lie. Think about how hard that is.
Yeah.
To overcome the pull of your heart, wanting something that knows it's irrational, but when the heart wants something, it wants something. And that's when you see people who are, blindly in love. Like, that's where that expression comes from, is that you don't care what other people think. It's like you're just blindly in love, and so you're going to pursue that because the heart wants what the heart wants. And so for Harry to overcome his emotions, overcome his primal heart strings, overcome it, not using reason either, because you can't rationalize what's going on. He uses intuition, his courage, because he's the chosen one. He can basically discern. He's a master of discernment without ever going to the school. Yeah, it's like, oh, bad guy. So the last thing that I have here, well, the two last things, is the Mirror of Desires, called Erised. The Mirror of Desires, right? That mirror. I wrote, deepest desires are shown, happiest man sees only himself, addiction to the past, ? That was another test. Right? It's the test of what I just explained. It's like overcoming the illusions of the material world. That's what Dumbledore told him. He said that the happiest man on earth looks into the mirror and sees only himself. That's such a deep bar.
Yeah.
That's such a deep bar. I'm gonna remember that for a while. The happiest man looks into the mirror and sees only himself.
Because he doesn't need anything else. Yeah.
He's self-sufficient. He found inner peace, inner love, and he is a self-sufficient being. And so when you're a self-sufficient being, you're like your light, your inner light, your metaphorical, literal light, whatever, is much brighter because it's much more concentrated.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're like pulling your energy from other things and you're calling it all back into you. And within you is this concentrated light that, again, attracts like-minded people who are attracted to the light. But it also attracts beings of the dark because other people's light bothers those who can't generate it for themselves.
Yeah, and I was going to say that, right? Like, it's the idea of, like, comparison is the thief of joy, for example, or also what Dumbledore says at the end, right? Like, it does not do to, like,
dwell on dreams.
Yeah, like, focus on your dreams and not live, you know? So it's like, like being too preoccupied, for example, being too preoccupied with what others have that you don't, or being too preoccupied with what you just don't have, or being too preoccupied with what you want in the future, being too preoccupied in the past, it'll all just hold you back from the now, kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's also like ideation versus action.
Yeah.
You know, like you daydream about wanting to do something and you want to have a Bugatti, you know, and you want to have like a mansion and you want to be successful, but then you're just sleeping on the couch every day eating Cheetos. It's like one does not equate to the other.
Yeah.
And it's also an idea too of embodying one's purpose and one's life goals. Embodying it and living in that reality as if it's possible. I feel like that's the first prerequisite for you to accomplish anything. Because obviously if you're going to set out to accomplish a goal of getting a job, of getting a promotion, of getting a car, of getting a house, you have to live in the reality where that's already possible. And so a lot of people, though, believe it or not, they live strictly in the dream world. Like they don't even believe that it's possible for them. And that's where you get like instances where a person's like, oh, like my dream was to be an artist and be a painter. And then this person's like 30, 40 years old. And you say, well, why don't you just do it? Like, you could still do it.
Yeah.
And then that person usually replies how? It's like, yeah, right. Like me? Like, I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Like undermining their own ability.
Yeah, because they weren't even able to step into that reality of where it's even possible. It's like it literally becomes a dream, which I can't relate to because everything I've ever believed in or thought of, I've always found ways to execute it and kind of just like normalize it in my reality and make like palpable steps towards it. Like I've always been that type of person. So even like YouTube, we never knew how to edit videos, how to post videos, how to do tags and how to turn on whatever and turn on never knew that. Taught myself through YouTube. Other YouTubers, other people teaching. So like that's how you grow, you know? Like you have to seek it and you have to be a seeker. The seeker. That's the big thing, the freaking seeker, dude. But yeah, that's all I have.
That's it?
And then the last thing is wizard chess, which I just wrote down. I think that life is a game of chess.
Yeah.
Or life is a box of chocolates, just like Forrest Gump said. I think it's both. I think that that's what Dumbledore did at the end. You know, like you never know which one you're going to get, which adventure, which obstacles, which trials life is going to throw at you, the universe, God, whatever you believe in. You never know. Like you can't ever be prepared enough for anything because everything can take a left turn. And I think that the life-sized game of chess was symbolic, obviously, because they could have just made it like a board game in the middle of a room and there's just like a board game and then Ron has to sit down and play chess against something.
Oh my gosh, it was literally all set up by Dumbledore. It had to have been.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was made specifically for them.
Yeah, Hermione's knowledge and her biology thingy, right? With the plant thing and then the chess with Ron and then freaking Harry. And he probably knew all along. Imagine that.
I'm going to posit another thing on top of that.
And that's why the mirror was there.
Yeah.
Of all places.
On top of it, I think that those trials were designed for children.
And that's why, he confides in Hagrid. Because he knows that Hagrid is going to blabber his mouth.
Like, that's what I thought. Like, if he's an all-seeing, all-knowing wizard, because he proved it. He said that he saw them. He saw Longbottom.
He awarded them.
Yeah, like, how was he seeing Longbottom when it was just four of them in the common room?
I don't think they told him everything that they did, right? Longbottom was like, yeah, then I threatened to fight them. Like,
yeah. Or maybe he got petrified and then he got taken to infirmary and then he's like, what happened, Longbottom? And then he's like, oh, Hermione, whatever.
No, but still.
Still, though.
I don't know. It's like so suspicious. I'm having a conspiracy theory.
I think you are onto something, though, because like, if he is the headmaster.
What greater way to teach your students?
Right.
To implement
trials.
To strengthen them as like wizards and witches, right?
And to apply their strengths. To apply their strengths in order to build their confidence for what's to come. There are 8 movies, right?
Yeah.
So my theory is that in every movie, these obstacles and challenges are going to kind of just develop different characteristics and different powers within each individual. And they're going to find and learn more about themselves, right? Because that's what we're seeing with Lord of the Rings. It's like Frodo is discovering his courage. He's discovering how strong he is.
Yeah.
You know, so in a lot of ways, this movie was a movie of self-discovery because it starts with Hagrid saying, "You're a wizard, Harry," right?
Yes.
And then Harry's like, "What? Me?
I'm just Harry.
A wizard?" Yeah. And then that's where it starts. It's like it opened the door.
Yeah.
Literally, Hagrid came and knocked that door down forcefully.
Yeah.
Found him because destiny meets you at any door that you try to hide behind. It's gonna come a knocking.
My turn.
No, I want to go forever.
Okay, here I go, guys.
Guys, I could literally talk forever.
Okay, so I wrote down the owl because we saw the owl. I wrote owl and cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are both like associated with the night to me, right? Like cats. Guys, if you've ever had a cat, I've never had a cat personally, but my cousins have always had cats.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always like been around them like almost every day and stuff, but they love to just like run randomly at night. like
demons,
like run across the hallway and stuff, and then you see their eyes like kind of like shining at you and stuff,
You
and
just
then
see like a shadowy figure just.
and then same thing with owls, right? Like they're awake at night, and I just thought that was interesting. You know, McGonagall, or
McDonald's
or whatever. The McGonagall,
Yeah.
she can transform into a cat, right? And then
Mhm.
transform back into herself. And then there's the owls. I don't know what to make of that yet, but I just like thought that it was interesting. They're kind of like nocturnal, right? I'm not saying cats are nocturnal, but if you know,
Yeah.
they, you know,
Cats are usually associated with witches.
night, yeah, with witches, yeah,
Yeah, like late
and
night
she is a
cauldrons.
witch.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
Albus saying that he would trust Dumbledore with his life. I wrote that down because it was like right in the beginning, but I thought that was
Hagrid.
Hag.
You said Albus would trust Dumbledore with his life. I'm like, well, I hope
That's what
so.
I meant. Yeah, he
Like,
trusts himself.
Self-belief is,
No,
yeah.
he would trust Hagrid
Yeah.
with his life, and I wrote that down because that's probably gonna be important, right? But that's interesting
Yeah.
because he's the one that confides in him to go to the vault, confides in him with all this like information about the Sorcerer's Stone. But then again, back to my conspiracy theory, it might be purposeful why he confides in Hagrid.
What if Hagrid isn't a dummy guy like, oops, I forgot? What if that's just a role he's playing? Because Dumbledore told him to deliberately spill the beans. Because if Dumbledore trusts you with his life...
No, I feel like Hagrid is actually like a little knucklehead. I do.
Kind of like... Murr, murr, murr.
I do think because he's not a professor.
Yeah, he's a groundskeeper.
Yeah, so he, he
He's like
doesn't
the
have
janitor.
he doesn't have the intellect.
Yeah.
In that sense,
Yeah, because there are traces of classism in this, and I was gonna state that too, but I forgot to write it down. But just real quick, sorry, is that Draco Malfoy is the higher echelon of finance?
Yeah.
Like his family's probably like rich, and he comes from
He's
like
snobby.
Wait until my father hears about this. Is what he told Harry, and then Hagrid is like a low, like a blue collar job.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got. But I'm saying I think that it like I don't
Yeah,
think
he's actually a knucklehead.
Yeah, I don't think he's like that.
True.
I thought that this was interesting, the part that you pointed out where Harry draws himself a cake and then writes happy birthday, which by the way, that freaking broke my heart.
Heart crushing, man.
But then he says to himself, like, make a wish. And then the next second, Hagrid comes in. Like, the way that I saw it was that he is literally Hagrid is literally an angel sent to Harry, right? He was the one that delivered him to the doorstep, right? Like, flew across the sky, delivered him to the doorstep, right? But then he's also the one that came back to, like, rescue him, kind of, like, redeem him back,
It's his guardian angel.
Yeah, it's literally his angel. He said, make a wish, and then Hagrid appears, comes to save him, brings him to this whole new life with all these new possibilities, finally makes him, like, somebody, right? Because he's treated like a nobody in his house, like a servant, like a dog. Living not even a dog is treated that way.
Dogs are treated way better.
But
wow, and at the beginning, right, the opening scene, when Hagrid is coming on his motorcycle, maybe it's the contrast on the TV or whatever, but there was a moment where it looked like the headlights on his motorcycle were so bright that that's all you saw was the light emanating from his motorcycle or being projected from his motorcycle. And when you look at it, it looks like the Northern Star. It looks like the stars in the sky. And there are some belief systems where like stars are kind of like angels and they guide us. And that's why in like ancient societies, like they would guide people. It's like, look up to the sky and you'll be able to navigate the seas. It's like, these are like literal things, obviously, because it's a literal thing that you're capable of doing, but it goes deeper. Like life is about layers, you know?
Yeah. But I just thought that was interesting.
It's really interesting.
He says, as soon as he says like, make a wish and whatever, and then he blows it, it's like the wind just gushes in because the door is knocked down and whatever.
The timing.
And then I wrote, his aunt, I didn't get her name, but she doesn't like her sister.
Mhm.
So Harry's mom is her sister, right? Because she was saying like, "Oh, my parents were so proud
And then
of
she
her."
married that Potter.
But she hates her sister, and it's out of like jealousy. And just like I said, comparison is the thief of joy. And so she's literally a miserable person. And so I think that that's kind of what we see in Malfoy, even, right? Like to an extent, he comes across as like he wants to like compete, right? Like he's a very competitive person. Like he wants to be better
Mhm.
than Harry Potter is what I'm feeling, because he kind of like tries to befriend them, and then when he's rejected, he has like a
Takes it personally.
yeah, he takes it personal, and then he starts building this like resentment, like
Mhm.
trying to go against him and then testing him with the ball and stuff.
Animosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then my point is that it's because of the comparison. Like he definitely is not getting the acknowledgement that Harry gets because Harry is popular.
He's the
You
chosen
know?
one.
Yeah. And so comparison is always going to be the thief of joy, and yeah.
And then on top of that, the Dursleys, right? His aunt and his uncle tried to lift up the image of their son above the image of Harry Potter
Yes.
through gifts.
And yes, and his son has no value,
Other-
quote unquote, in that regard, right? Like
Yeah.
their son is like very spoiled.
Mhm.
He doesn't really do much for himself. Like
Dependent on the
they
parents.
get him into the good school and stuff, and
Yep.
they give him anything he wants, and he just gets like stomp around and throw tantrums and get his food like fed to him
Get
on a
his way.
platter. Yeah, so his value is determined on a perceived value, right?
Yeah.
Like his parents are the
Pampering.
ones giving him the value that he has, quote unquote. But with Harry, it's like he has no perceived value. He's literally treated as a piece of garbage. But then it's those people, the diamond in the rough, right, who
Mhm.
are actually the ones with value.
Because their value is intrinsic. It
Right,
comes from within.
exactly.
And
It's not predicated on anything.
and his cousin, when he fell inside of that snake thing, his parents had to rescue him.
Yeah.
And who was there to rescue Harry when he was confronting Voldemort?
Yeah.
Who?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Alone.
And then when Ollivander gave him his wand, he said that because
Terrible.
its brother belongs
Gave
to
you
the
that
same
scar.
one
Yeah.
that gave you that scar.
So he went to Ollivander.
So
Yeah.
Ollivander's is Hogwarts, right?
Speaking of Ollivanders, that's my next note. When Harry Potter enters Ollivanders, it was so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just hear like the muffled outside noise. And I think that was supposed to be like the, kind of preparing us for the intensity and importance of this moment, which is like you have to pay attention to this part. And so even the way that it was like produced, it's like it got quiet, like within the story. Like it's so crazy because when he's outside, you just hear like the crowds of noises and stuff of all different people there in the place that they were in. And then as soon as he enters, it's quiet. Like it was dead silence, and I couldn't help but write that down because that's how I knew that scene and the wand that he would get was going to be important because of the fact that they made you pay attention, to
And-
the words by like muffling out like any background noise.
And that's where that expression comes from, where the silence was so loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
It
it's used to
speaks
like enhance
volumes.
moments.
Yeah. And then the wand chooses you. I thought that was profound in the sense of like, so it's supposed to be a metaphor, right? Like obviously it's not because the wand is actually choosing you and stuff, but for us, it like, because anything that you watch in movies, you can kind of apply it to real life, right?
Everything.
And so I think that in a sense, right, it's like your not your destiny per se, but like certain things regarding you kind of choose you, right? Like you don't choose them.
Right.
So your destiny maybe to an extent, but there are things that are just like outside of your control, and it just chooses you. If
Yeah.
that makes sense, like be it a personality trait you have or whatever. It's not like you can like develop personality traits by choice or whatever. But my point is that for the most part, like your destiny, like whatever you feel completely drawn to or whatever, even that is kind of like chosen for you in the sense that you discover it.
Yeah.
Not that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's interesting because what you're talking about is the same premise for like ideas of like reincarnation, and it ties into the alchemical process of transmuting a base metal into gold, because people believe that before you get incarnated and before you're born, your soul that has lived multiple past lives, it chooses and kind of designs a life where it's going to be a life that's going to favor the development of certain things that that soul is still kind of like lacking and needs to develop in order to become whole.
Yeah.
And so it's like soul contracts, I think it's what it's called. But basically, like, you, before you're born, you see the start and the finish of your life, and then you still agree to go through that life in order to learn these lessons. And so, like, that's why people say, like, oh, like, if God is real, then how could he allow this to happen and this to happen? Why is cancer real? Why is this? And my grandmother passed away to breast cancer. And then it's like, it's easy for you to be like angry at God, but then like you have to understand that maybe there is that individual volition, like that individual choice and decision to undergo that journey, because through those struggles and through those obstacles, you develop a more strong and just wholesome, you know.
Right. So my point is like the wand choosing you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever experiences like as a wizard that he's going to have with that wand is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's going to be very unique to him, kind of, you know, and then that's kind of, that could be said for all of us, right? Like I don't really know how to explain, but anyways, moving on.
That the wand is kind of like a book that you're writing, and so everybody has their own story.
I want to just move on from
okay,
it. Yeah,
okay.
like I don't want to keep, because I don't have the thought fully thought, so I'm gonna not dwell on it.
Okay, wait, hold on.
But anyways, next thing I wrote was Ron having a rat and then a squished sandwich, which he shows the lady with the little trolley thing. And I found that so, not that I found this, well, I did find it sad, you know, like, oh, I was feeling so sad at points, like, I don't know, but I thought that was interesting, right, because Ron is obviously coming from, like, a lower class, right, which is why his mom made, like, hand-knitted sweaters as the Christmas gift and sent him with, like, a smush sandwich, and he has a rat for his pet instead of, like, a nice owl or, like, a nice cat or whatever.
And he probably found this rat running around his house.
Yeah, and so it's not even one that he bought. Yeah. It's probably one that was just, like, scrounging around, and then he gave it a name, but my point is that he and Harry, because Harry comes to find out that he's like rich, right? Like he has money, his parents left him all this money, but he's not snobby about it. And so him being generous to this person who's kind of like you know, lower class or not as wealthy, it's like literally the perfect duo, because it's not like a Malfoy, like we were saying, how he kind of comes off as snobby, and maybe he comes from like a very wealthy, like kind of, you know, just snobby family. But then with Harry, he's very generous in his heart. Like, even finding out that he has all this money, he's like, let's get the lot for all of us or whatever. Seeing
for everyone.
Even if he didn't himself want it, he saw like Ron holding up the sandwich, like, I think I have this, you know?
Yeah.
And knowing that, you know, he
and
couldn't
like
afford it. Yeah.
Ron's sadness.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And then just trying to like cheer him up. And I also think that Draco Malfoy's like, in order to benefit from Draco Malfoy's wealth, you have to abide by certain conditions, which is what he showed with his two like minions, right? Like you have to be subservient to him. And so that's the only way that he's able to like allow you to kind of like take part in his wealth.
Right. And so that's another thing, right? Like the way that he kind of approaches friendships is that he has to be the
commander.
Yeah, like the top, the best one, right? Like everyone else is beneath him, everyone else is below him. But then with Harry, it's like it doesn't matter how much he realizes he has or how much he possesses or how famous and popular he is and how special, and he's a celebrity. he's still very humble in that sense. And so he sees everybody as an equal even. So then even when Ron kind of like insults Hermione and stuff, he like is the one that signals to him to go, for them to go back and save her. And so he's not someone who thinks he's better than anybody. He didn't say like, I have to do this all alone, guys, because I'm the one or whatever. He had to get that encouragement from his friends. And so my point is that he is very like level-headed, and that's what makes them the perfect duo and the perfect trio. It's like they both kind of have their own strengths and weaknesses, right? Yeah.
And they all complement each other greatly.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought that was like a nice little point to make, about Ron. And then Draco insulting him, saying that he had like a hand-me-down robe and whatever. I thought that was so sad. Ugh, anyways, I had to write down the sad things. This was something I caught when his first night in Hogwarts. He doesn't go to sleep. He's at the window by himself. Or I think his owl was next to him. I didn't get his owl's name. Oh, I should have been paying attention. But he had his owl next to him, and he's just looking out the window, and he's smiling. And I thought about the contrast, right, about, like, the nights that he spent underneath the cupboard, right, or in the cupboard, underneath the staircase with no window.
That's so
and
brilliant.
And even the uncle, like, closing the little glimmer of light that could shine through, just shutting it
To not allow
so that
light
he's
in.
completely dark, no view of the outside, like nothing. And then even when he gets mail, it's like no connection to the outside. And then his first night in Hogwarts, he can't even sleep because he's finally able to see the outside and have this freedom. And it's just like such a contrasting thing,
And he went from under the stairs to literally the top of a castle.
Yeah. The top of a castle, yeah.
The hero's journey, right? It's like going from this real world that is designed to confine you to going to this imaginary mystical world that is designed to uplift you and strengthen you. Wow, that's beautiful. Like, I didn't even think about that.
I just thought that, like, because I was so happy seeing him happy. I'm telling you, I was so, like, invested in the emotions of it. Like, I saw his little smile looking out the window, and I was so happy. I was like, I can't imagine all those nights. Like, he spent 11 years in that house with his uncle, and he's going back in the summer and stuff, but I can't imagine, like, what that felt like. It's literally an imprisonment.
That's so
and for
profound.
once, he's finally free. Like,
Can I just add one small thing? Sorry.
Go, no.
Is that I think that happens still in modern day society when you go to like cubicles and like offices where you see people like wearing the suit and tie. Everybody's dressed the same. Everybody sits in their little cubicle. Don't like turn to the side, focus on your work, and don't do anything that'll make you weird and different from everybody.
Yeah, it literally has visors, like walls in between you.
Yeah, and it's designed to basically remove you from nature. Because what would stop us? And like, answer me if you could. Like, maybe it's unfeasible, but like it's a hypothetical, right? And it's an imaginative hypothetical. But like, why not put desks outside amongst trees and have people work, kind of? Like, why have to insulate them and isolate them inside of these concrete jails, that are stripped from any outside light? Like you said, there's not enough visible light coming in. Everything's like straight lines. It's very masculine. It's very authoritarian. Yeah.
To me, can I answer your question? I think that it's to assert control, right? So then that's the same thing with his uncle and aunt. It's like they wanted to take advantage of him. So he became their servant. It's like, oh, cook the breakfast and make sure you don't burn it and stuff. It's like you have to assert control. And then the way to do that is like literally treating it like a prison system. So the inmates can only go out on their recess time, kind of, like, all right, now you guys could get out of your cell.
Sun time.
Just like in a work setting, right? In a business setting, it could be seen as like, oh, when it's your lunch break, it's like, oh, I can't wait for my lunch break.
Yeah,
because then they can finally go out and grab a bite to eat
for an hour.
Yeah,
half an hour.
Or whatever it is, and then I don't know where I was going with that, but
I think that it's to assert authoritativeness, is what you said,
No,
right?
assert control, yeah, power.
Assert control and power over someone because you remove them from nature.
Yeah, exactly that.
And it's through nature that you uncover your own nature.
Yeah.
So it's basically like making humans believe that you are just this meat vessel, you are this carnal body. Your task is to do this miscellaneous work, do these Excel spreadsheets in order to make me a wealthier boss.
And that's why whenever they went out, because we saw it, when the uncle and aunt took him to the zoo, they had to first like reprimand him not to do anything bad.
Yeah.
It's like, and if you try anything, I'm not going to feed you for a week. So even when he's outside, they have to try to instill the control and instill the fear by threatening his life back as soon as they get back inside, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like even when he's outside, it's like they still have to keep like cuffs on him, you know? It's like, and don't do anything or you're not going to get meals for a whole week, which is so crazy. Like, how the hell would you
Yeah, that's definitely a crime
survive?
right there.
Like, what the heck? They need to go to jail.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Which makes me curious, right? How's the next movie gonna work? Like, are they gonna receive him with open arms? Are they gonna be afraid of Harry Potter now? Like when he goes back, are they gonna double down on the jail?
Oof, I don't know.
Like, imagine they like double down and like make him like in shackles and stuff, and it's like now you're gonna live in this trunk of this car, you know?
That'll be so scary. But I was gonna say that I think that they would be afraid. Like, you know, because now he's going to school for it. He's learning it. Yeah. Because I think that that's another thing. They knew of his magic.
Yeah.
And they were afraid of what he can do. And so that's why they repressed it. They kept it secret from him. Because the minute that they told him, he could have, you know, easily kind of like taken the control of that house.
Or
You get what I'm
allowed
saying?
his curiosity to lead him to his power. Because if he even like planted that seed of like, you're a wizard.
Yeah, because look, that's why Hagrid said like, oh, well, he doesn't have to know that you can't do magic outside. So basically threaten them if you need to.
Right, you're
because now he knows it.
You're right.
But then back then he didn't know it. And so that's how they maintained the order and control in their way.
Which is the same thing with like inmates in prisons, right?
Yeah.
It's like you keep them under the impression that their value and self-worth is almost non-existent because they don't even have a name. Like they just have a prisoner number, and they all dress the same. And like uniform school is designed to keep people from expressing their own individuality, because people's individuality and people's shine and their brightness is a distraction to uniformity, to control, just like you said, to like memorize this information so you can pass the test. And then some kid is just really great at surfing or something, and then like I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just has like cool swag.
Let me see what I wrote. Snape. Oh, Snape, right? He they said something about how he wanted to teach a different class or whatever, but what I noticed in the class that he teaches, which is like potions, something, right? Because he kept talking about the ingredients, and I saw like the pots or whatever.
Bubbling.
But he teaches his class through fear, right? Like I don't know what I wanted to make with that, but it's like, he had to be assertive and like kind of like making them fear him, which is, you know, back to the whole thing about like controlling people and kind of like instilling your assertiveness through different tactics, and his is through kind of like intimidation. Exactly.
It's an iron hand.
Yeah. The owls are messenger birds, and I thought that that's interesting because owls are associated with wisdom, right? They're supposed to bring like knowledge, or that's what they're like symbolic for, right? Like wisdom and intellect and knowledge. And then the owls in this movie are literally the messenger birds. Wow. They bring the mail, they deliver the letters, they, you know.
I'm pretty sure that in occultism and in mysticism, in like older teachings, the owls, right? Even in Greek mythology, the owl was associated with Athena. Athena is the goddess of wisdom, and the owls, they have always been known as the animals that are able to travel from this earthly realm to the spiritual realm, and they travel across these different planes, and that's why they operate at night, because the moon is known to govern our
like emotions and
and spirit and stuff, and so we associate her as like a feminine force, and then the sun is a masculine force. But yeah, like it's interesting, like owls are responsible for traversing between those two planes, and you just blew my mind because they're literally the messenger, because usually like people use like ravens, crows, pigeons, messenger pigeons. In this one it's an owl.
Yeah, and just like you said, it literally travels between the realms, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
So like the magic world and the regular
world, yeah.
like earthly world.
Wow, look at that.
That's pretty crazy.
Holy shoot, that's insane.
Hermione saying being expelled is worse than being killed was funny.
That's funny.
I think that's interesting, right? Like, I don't know what I wanted to make of that, but this idea that like our own fears are like subjective to us, right? Like our own kind of like the what do I want to say?
The fears are imposed on us.
Like the restraints that we put on ourselves are subjective to us, right? So for her, like she restrains herself in the sense of like getting into trouble, right? Because of her fear of like being expelled or getting into,
or getting reprimanded by the parent or something, like a strict parent.
And then even when she takes the fault for the whole troll thing, you can tell that she is saddened by like the disappointment that she brought onto her teacher. So I wonder like what her whole backstory is, with like if she has like a past of like, not wanting to be a disappointment or whatever. Maybe her parents are also great or whatever, but I don't know. We haven't heard anything about her family, but
I think that's beautiful too, how like fears are inherited usually by our parents.
Yeah.
And so if you grow up in a household where both parents are horrified and terrified of like rats, and then there's a rat infestation and you have a newborn child or like a baby, and the child sees those two parents being scared of the rat, then that child is going to grow up with the same fear instilled within them, because it's not rational to the child. Like the child could easily have an intuitive response to grab one of the rats and just play with them and make them kiss or whatever and fight, but then the child is going to grow up scared of rats.
Yeah. And then another thing I wanted to point out about Hermione is that she doesn't have any friends. She does not have any friends. Like,
what do you think that is?
I started, like, maybe it's because she rubs people the wrong way with the know-it-all energy or whatever, but what I realized is that she didn't have any friends, right? Because she automatically gravitated towards Ron and Harry. And as soon as she like found an opening, that's it. Like she kind of just like latched onto them, even though Ron wasn't even having it. He was like, oh, like that's why. And he even said it, like that's why she doesn't have any friends, because of her kind of know-it-all attitude and stuff. But my point is that even that is interesting, right? Because I think that she's misunderstood, and so she obviously is someone who's a great friend, and then we come to see that, but that's why we see that she's not hanging out with other girls and stuff. She just like meets these boys on the train to Hogwarts and then just like latched onto them,
because other girls are probably like more critical of her and stuff, and they criticize
whatever
her
the
more.
case is. But my point is that like her character to me was just misunderstood like the whole time.
Can I play the devil's advocate real quick?
She was like she puts on a display, like overcompensating is my point, for what she doesn't have. And so she thinks that her knowledge will win people over, but then it rubs people off the wrong way,
Because her knowledge has been the way for her to gain the acceptance and the approval of her parents.
Of teachers, yeah.
And then it starts with her parents, and then it transfers over to teachers and then other kids, but other kids don't like to bond over people who like act like that. Like they want to bond over things that they feel.
Yeah.
And so it's not an intellectual bonding. Like kids are not intellectual by nature. Like they're more feeling first. But just playing devil's advocate, right? I like Hermione's character, especially towards the end. Like I started liking her a lot. At the beginning, she did rub me off the wrong way, but just playing devil's advocate, what if Hermione, being this person who who wants to be viewed as the best possible in her class.
Yeah.
She sees Harry Potter and she knows who he is.
Yeah.
And then she thinks, okay, so this would make my parents proud if I became friends with the Harry Potter. You know, it's like the most noble and virtuous thing that you can do is attach yourself to someone who's already, well, no, that's not the most virtuous, but the cheat code to creating that illusion that you are also is by virtue through association.
Yeah.
So it's like if your best friend was like Plato or Socrates, you know, it's the same idea.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like I'm best
true.
friends with Plato and Socrates. What, you know?
Yeah. I
So-
could see that for sure.
Devil's advocate, hold on.
When it was Christmas and then Harry gets his first present. Oh, guys, like I love these little scenes. Like
Tugs at your heart.
it felt really wholesome, just like you said. Like it felt really wholesome, like these scenes, you know,
Mhm.
because we got the really sad, like to me it was like sad, like emotional in the sense like I felt bad, you know, for Ron and for Harry in certain moments and stuff, and then
Yeah, me
even
too.
for Hermione when she starts crying after what Ron says. But then in the contrast, we get the feel-good scenes where it's like it's so rewarding to watch, and then we see Harry get his first present, and it's
Mhm.
one that his dad left for him, and it's an invisibility cloak which he comes to use to literally step into this wizard that he's becoming, and you know. And then he gets a broom from McGonagall, and he got the owl from Hagrid before, obviously,
Mhm,
when
as,
school
like,
started.
presents.
But he's like getting these presents and stuff, and I think that that's like really interesting, right? Like the, you know, gifting, and and I don't mean to make it about this, but because you were talking about like spiritual and religion and stuff, like the story of like the three kings, right?
Which my mom is a devout follower
Yeah,
of. Yeah,
and they come
believer
to
of.
bring gifts
To baby Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so this idea, right? Like I just think gifts in general, they're meant to be like an act of like appreciation or an act of care, you know? And so he didn't have that all his life, watching his cousin get all these gifts, and then it's like he's finally getting them, but he's not getting them in the way that his cousin was getting them, where it's like it has to be outnumbered and it has to be bigger and better. It's like
Quality
they
over
just had to
quantity.
be meaningful, and to him all of them were meaningful, and all of them he was so grateful.
And they were all with love.
Yeah, it's like now he has a pet for life, which is his owl, right?
Mhm.
And then he has the broom that's going to help him be the Quidditch, you know, the Quidditch member that he's meant to be or whatever. And then he has the invisibility cloak, which is tied to his father, and it's probably the one thing he has of his dad's. And so, yeah, it's just really nice. Like, I like his... Yeah, go.
Can I say just one last one, teacher? Because this one, like, I'm itching, and
No,
because it might
go,
be cool
yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, class. I
Look
know
at
you
he
guys
does
want to
this
leave.
and this.
I know you guys want to
I'm
go
kidding,
home,
go.
but I just want to keep us after class here.
Go ahead.
So his dad gave him his cloak, right? I grew up without a father, but so I'm just gonna pontificate. I'm just gonna like ponder, I guess, and just put out a hypothetical, an idea of what I can imagine, right? So when you grow up with a father, I think that the task of the father is to instill in the child, in the son, more specifically in the son, instill in him that his perceived shortcomings are actually a source of his power. So try to follow along, right? Harry Potter felt invisible his whole life. His dad, even posthumously, after he passed, gave him the present of a superpower that revolves around being invisible.
Wow, yes.
And then at the end, when he defeated Professor Quirrell and Voldemort using just his hands, the touch of love that
From
his
mother,
mother
yes.
gave him. So his mother gave him the power of love as a present. So that was his mother's present, and that was his father's present. I found that I just thought of that.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Beautiful to think
Yeah.
about. It's very beautiful.
Using the like invisibility, like the feeling of being invisible is
Superpower.
no, but the feeling of being
Oh, yeah, yeah.
invisible is miserable,
Yeah.
literally. And then, but the superpower of being invisible is literally a superpower.
Which is the alchemical transformation, viewing it as
That is
light.
crazy.
That's pretty wild.
That's a great point, yes.
Yeah.
Did you write that down? Write that down to have it saved.
Dad gave cloak, mother gave love, I said.
Okay, good. Looking in the mirror at his parents. Sorry, guys, I'm almost done.
No, take your
but
time.
looking in the mirror at his parents, it was literally a bittersweet moment, right? But we thought, like, okay, is it a deceptive mirror, just like we saw when Snape presented it to him or whatever? But my point is that it's bittersweet, right? Because it's Harry for the first time seeing his parents and probably even like feeling their touch and stuff, and seeing him in the present with his parents, right? Like not just like him as a child or whatever before his parents passed. But my point is that makes it bittersweet because there's the absence of them, obviously, but then it's like for once he can at least imagine it. And so in a way it was like,
It helped him visualize their presence in his life, because I don't think that was an illusion. I think that was literally showing him that they're always with him.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to visualize, especially people like me who are visual learners. I need to see it to believe it.
Yeah, exactly. And then Dumbledore says about the thing like that it shows what you desire, but there are people who have gone mad just staring into it forever. And so I think that that's interesting too, right? Like just like you were saying about the action versus inaction. It's like you can look at and imagine and perceive everything you desire all you want, but at some point you're going to have to step away from the mirror like he, cautioned Harry to do. Or else you're just going to constantly sit in that that
loop.
Yeah,
that vicious loop.
That like melancholic feeling of like not ever reaching it, because some things are just out of reach. For example, like he lost his parents, so that is out of reach. But then also, if he can only step away, he'll see, just like you said, that his parents are always with him in his heart, And then also, when you step away is when you can take action like towards whatever it is that you are envisioning,
And being led by desire, which is what drives a man mad, it drives you mad because it leads you away from the higher spiritual magical planes of existence, right? Because if you're only using desire as your compass, then you're going to be trapped deeper and deeper as you venture deeper and deeper into this material illusionary. I can't ever say that word. Yeah, that world, which they refer to as Maya, illusion. Like this is all an illusion, is what the ancient spiritualists believe.
Yeah. Does not dwell on dreams and forget to live. So I wrote that. As long as Dumbledore is around, you can't be touched, right? And so then Dumbledore conveniently is not at Hogwarts anymore.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But then he knew everything that happened or whatever. Yeah, but anyways, to my point is that that's going to be symbolic for sure in movies to come. Dumbledore's not going to be around, and Harry's going to find himself in predicaments, right?
Yeah.
And we see that a lot, right? Like with the troll and stuff. It's like Dumbledore took the action of like saying like, okay, so us teachers were all gonna go to the dungeons.
Leave the kids alone.
Yeah, and then it's like, and the kids, like, you guys just follow your guides to your dormitories or whatever,
Which was another test, because if you follow authority all the time, it doesn't mean that you're a good person.
And
you have to break the rules.
I think he knows the rule breakers, just like teachers. Teachers always know the kid that like misbehaves, quote unquote, the kids that aren't going to follow orders, that are going to do what they want, that are going to, get themselves into trouble and stuff. And I think that he knows that, like he knows the ones that it is. It's like, it's not the first time that they stray away from the group and that they do their own thing. And so the same way Malfoy does it, like following them and stuff, he knows that they do it. And so that was interesting though. Like as long as Dumbledore is around, you can't be touched, and that's interesting because he is an all-powerful wizard, even though we haven't seen it yet. But if he's the headmaster, then that has to be telling.
And Hermione said that there's one wizard that Voldemort's afraid of.
And it's Dumbledore, right?
Dumbledore, yeah.
Spell to keep fire off? Huh? Oh, I think that the reason when he was wearing the invisibility cloak and he went into the restricted section of the library, the reason the flames didn't go off is because somebody had used a spell to prevent them prevent them from going off. Whether it was Quirrell or it was Snape, because they were the only two out in that area.
Or Dumbledore, because Dumbledore gave him the invisibility cloak.
Or that, right. But then my point is, like, it was whoever it was, it's because they didn't want to be figured out, right? Whether it was, which that makes sense too, but if it was Snape, for example, but that makes more sense to me.
No, you're making sense.
But anyways, whoever it was, I think my point is that it must have been a spell, and that's why in that instance it didn't start lighting up when there was like activity triggering it.
Because my theory in that moment was like when it was all three of them, it might have been that the cloak belongs to one person, and so it's passed down through like generations. It was his father's, and now it's his.
Yeah.
And so it's only true to the one person that uses it. And so when you have outsiders within this superpower, within this little safe space, then they trigger the things because they're not protected by the cloak. Only Harry is.
Oh, imagine that! Like because of the cloak, like even the fire can't sense it.
Yeah, just like a wand.
I was just wondering why, like even with Snape and whatever, it still didn't sense it. But only person who could find the stone is one that doesn't intend on using it, basically. And I think that that's very interesting because we kind of talked about it already. But it's like people who are power hungry or are driven by things tend to not be able to achieve those things.
Right.
You know, so if you chase money, then you tend to always feel the lack of money, for example, you know, and then same thing with like people who chase power, they always tend to find themselves feeling powerless.
Yeah, like they never have enough.
Exactly. And so it's always the feeling the deprivation of it because you're seeking it out too much.
More
and so
and more.
With the stone, it's like Quirrell and Voldemort wanted it so badly, and then that's why they couldn't be the ones. And then I think that the stone is why like someone like Nicholas Flamel was able to live as long as he did, is because it doesn't seem like he used his powers in any like, you know, malicious intent. Which with Voldemort we already see he's like a murderer. He doesn't even care about killing a freaking newborn.
Yeah.
So anyways, and then the last part I wrote is like him saying that he's not going home, not really, and stuff. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's so sad to me.
Oh.
That made me so sad. And then Hagrid giving him a picture of him with his family. And I think that it's very important that he gave it to him as he was leaving, because it's going to be like a little reminder, not only of Hagrid giving it to him and having Hagrid back at Hogwarts when he goes back, but also of like the hope that his family gives him, the same hope that he got standing in that mirror. And so even though he may never get his parents back, it's like there is like an empowerment of that, you know? Like he now knows who his parents were, and that's going to serve as like a motivation even to kind of like embrace himself and love himself and feel empowered in that sense, which he felt powerless his whole life, but now he feels empowered. It's like, and that's like a reminder. It's like, these are your parents, Harry and Lily Potter. Your dad was the champion seeker, and they're very well known, and they had to face Voldemort, and you survived, and they protected you, and now he has a backstory, because he was here thinking they died in a car crash. Like, they were basically nobodies to him. He had no, no
he
details.
He was believing the lies that his aunt would say about how they're just,
Yeah, but that's, wait, let me see if that's all I had. Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
My last theory, just to close this off, because I was thinking, while you were explaining all that, is what if Harry Potter just was driven mad from living in that cupboard, right? Like he was just like living under that thing for so long that everything was just like a figment of his imagination, and he was just like dissociating so crazily. Because what stuck in my head was the image of him playing with his little horse. So, like, what if it's all just, like, a little play in his head, and his parents actually did die in the car accident, right? And then it's just a story about a kid's traumas.
Oh, and he's, like,
and
trying to give himself, like...
meaning.
Oh, my God.
That just gave me full body chills. It's like it's all in his head.
That's not
But that's the easiest way to kind of, like, devalidate. I don't know how to explain.
Of all the kind of friends he could have, he would have a freaking Weasley and a
nice, heartwarming boy,
right,
you know, who would give him like love.
I have to pee, but I'm trying to hold it.
Okay, so but yeah, so I'm just gonna end it with
like
that theory.
Up and down.
I'm just gonna end with that theory real quick. We're very excited to watch the other movies.
Excited. Oh, gosh.
And we're gonna be doing those very soon. We're not gonna take too long because it's 8
movies.
It's
gonna take everything in me not to watch these movies off camera.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it on camera. And with that being said, guys, she needs to pee as always, and don't forget that it's never wrong
to be mentally gone. Peace to the world.